Welcome to the classiest place on earth on a Monday. What the fuck is this shit? Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Surprise! For those who didn't know. Yeah, we're gonna go to Montana for Thanksgiving, so I figured why the fuck not hang out for an extra day? It seemed really sad to just sit alone by myself all day and then stream one day and then leave. So here, it's the fucking me. I didn't wear my red dress. So I'm sorry, but it's the Matrix. Surprise! I hope you're all doing well. Good morning. We got snow last night, but it didn't stick. The red dress from Matrix? I'm a lech, my dudes. I am just tits and ass. You name a movie? Oh, you mean that beautiful woman in the red dress in it for 3 seconds that's not real? It's fine. I have a red dress. I don't have that red dress, unfortunately. That red dress is very orangey red and would not look very good on me. Thank you. The red, all I see is red dress. Did you know that Matrix speech is just a Chinese menu? It's just a menu from a restaurant. Did you know that? That makes me, where's my coffee? Oh, god damn it. Anywho's good morning. I know, weird. Surprise. We're gonna go to Montana for Thanksgiving on Wednesday. And I just didn't want to sit around by myself on Monday. That seems stupid. So here we are. We're gonna play games instead. Vissy's gonna do therapy and shit, and then we're gonna play more Borderlands. Hopefully beat it today. That's my goal. I really thought we were gonna beat it last night, and we totally did not. So, whoops. Is it a good menu? I honestly don't know. I have no idea. I don't speak Chinese. It would be great to have that dress made in LCD fabric, so it was great. Oh my god. That would be so cool if you could do something like that. You know, Saronlin, you gotta shut up. You get my brain going. I have so many cosplays right now. I don't need another one. That being said, there is this dank sequence out there, and I'm sure you've seen it, where when you wipe it one way, it's one color, and then you smear it the other way, it's another color. Like, it's almost like an illusion. Shh. I have too much. But that's a good idea. I'm gonna keep that on my back burner. I like that idea. I'm not blonde, though. It would be a rough cosplay. I look bad blonde. Close enough to beat it? I hope so. I really thought we were going to beat it yesterday. My goal, not that I'm, like, busting through it. I don't want to leave it hanging and then leave for 3 days. I hate doing that with a game because my brain forgets what the fuck is going on. Weepy eye. Just make a sequin dress of Nick Cage. I have sweatpants that are covered in Nick Cage's face. Somewhere in this house. I think they're in my Burning Man stuff. But I do have, like, a pair of pants that are just Nick Cage's face, like, all over them repeatedly. I have those. I could make that. It's a little fleshy. It's very flesh-colored. Is it snow in Montana? I don't know. I have no idea. Probably, I would assume, Wyoming usually always has snow when I drive through that place. It's just cold and flat and windy and sad. Good morning, Kozu. How are you? Love. I hope you're doing well. It's so weird. Monday? So infrequently do I say that. I can make sure a different color when I smear it. I'm so sorry. Rip Wyoming. I mean, no shit. I've only ever seen 4 people in that entire state. I've driven through it multiple times. I don't see any humans. And the only time I do, it's weird. They're just a different breed in Wyoming. Like, I grew up in the middle of nowhere where there's no people. There are no people in Wyoming. Like, no towns. I mean, I think there's one. Is it Casper? You drive through it and that's it. Like, it's very desolate up there. And when it's cold, at least you have the mountains, though. You do get to drive along the mountain pass, which is pretty. Yellowstone totally is Yellowstone. I always confuse them. There's Yellowstone and Glacier. One's in Montana, right? I literally haven't been to either. I would love to visit those parks one day. Those are two of the random state parks I've never been to. I've been to a ton. I haven't been to those two, though. Like, the two of the famous, I've actually heard, I've heard that Glacier's better. I don't know how legit that is. I don't know what that means. What does better mean? But I've heard Glacier is a better experience than Yellowstone. Yellowstone is just the one that's really famous for having, like, some fucking huge geysers. But I guess Glacier has all the same shit, but it's less populated, and I don't know. I've never been to either, but I'd love to go. One's in Wyoming and one's in Montana, I think. Or they cross over or something. I've been to, like, all the Southwest, like, Zion, and I forget the names of them. I remember what they looked like, but I forget the names of them. But I went to a lot of Southwest parks when I drove across the U.S. See, Zion, that's what I'm saying. I've heard Glacier is basically Yellowstone minus all the people. Because people Yellowstone is the famous one that people travel from all over the world to see, blah, blah, blah. But locals apparently go to Glacier. I don't know. Oh, there you go. Yellowstone. I'm going to look up a map. Yellowstone has parts in several states. Yellowstone. I've never even wondered why it's called Yellowstone. I want to see a map. Not the one colorful geyser. Oh, yeah. It covers a couple. It's Wyoming and Montana and Idaho? Yeah, it looks like it's 3 states. I didn't know. I thought it was 2. It is nice, and that's what I've heard. Because there's less people, you get a lot more wildlife, and that's what I'd like to see. Like, the geysers are dank. Don't get me wrong. I still want to see all those cool geysers. But I've heard if you go to, like, Glacier, you'll see elk and mountain goats and shit like that. You'll see a lot of wildlife because there's just less people. And I think Glacier, I'm going to Google Glacier, too. I think Glacier has a lot of, like, cabins and shit you can rent so you can stay there as opposed to just a park you walk through. I don't know, though. Map. Zoom out, you bastard. Whoa. Oh, Glacier is definitely Montana. That's like Montana/Canada, right? Or am I in Wyoming right now? No, that's Montana. Yeah, Glacier's like super fucking north. No shit, so go over, you bastard. So I was looking at it, and it looks like, so this is Montana. Sorry about the map view. But this right here is Yellowstone, and Glacier's the fuck up here. Crazy. I thought they were like butting up against each other. We're learning together. Oh, you saw elk? Oh, I'm so jealous, Rod. You should take a picture. I've never seen, I did see elk. Did I tell you about the story of me driving to my SATs, Rod? That was a weird time. That was my first time ever seeing elk, and I didn't know what I was looking at. I quite literally was just like, is that a dinosaur deer? What the fuck is that? You saw bears? Okay, so I went to the Tetons. Where are the Tetons? It's been a while. Map. Where are I think Utah? I'm gonna guess Utah. Nope, it's Wyoming. Wow. Okay, it's Wyoming. Went to the Tetons. The Tetons are fucking amazing. If the Tetons literally mean titties, which is the best thing. It's the most picturesque place I've ever been in my entire life. It actually looks like this. Every stone in every body of water at the Tetons is smooth and shiny, like it's been rolled in a stone smoother or whatever. It literally was the most picturesque place I've ever been in my entire life. It was just wild. The Tetons are fucking phenomenal. I went there as well. I don't know why I brought that up. Anyways, elk story. You guys know, I grew up in the middle of fuckballs nowhere, Eastern Washington. And because of that, really small school, I don't know if they do this anymore, but basically our school did not provide the SATs or the PSATs. You had to drive existential amounts of distances to find a PSA test center or something. So it was super weird, but I lived in a place called Kettle Falls, the middle of fuck nowhere, Eastern Washington, and the PSATs were held in a city called Republic, which is easily just as big as Kettle Falls. It's so bizarre. It's so fucking small. It's the middle of fuck nowhere, Eastern Washington. I literally had to drive over a mountain pass to take my PSATs. It was so weird. Or SATs. I can't remember which one it was. But anyways, I'm driving across the mountain pass. And I think it was like my first big drive. I think it must have been my PSATs or something. I think I was like 17. It was my first big drive alone in a little Saturn LS across a mountain range. And like I had a cell phone by this point, but they were shit bricks, you know, like no service anywhere. And I was driving across the pass, and all of a sudden I had to stop my car dead stop, like on a curve cliff, because there was a herd of at least 50 elk just parked in the middle of the road, just standing there. And I had no service or anything. And so I'm sitting there on my phone trying to call my dad because my mom's not home. And I'm like, I quite literally thought I was like part of a Chernobyl incident. Had no idea. I'd never seen an elk in real life. I'd had elk. I'd eaten elk. Never seen one in real life. They live more up in the mountains, not so much near the water where we lived. And it was like dinosaurs. They were tall. Every single one of them was taller than my car. Like its belly was taller than my car. It was just dicks and udders all around me. It was so weird. And then they just dispersed and I drove off. That's it. It's not that cool of a story, but it was like mind blowing to me because I was like, what the fuck happened? Why are the deer so big? Why are the deer so big? They're huge. And the sound they make. What the fuck? Growing up with deer, like, white-tailed deer are a nuisance in Eastern Washington. Like, they are basically a pest. There's hundreds of them, thousands of them. They're everywhere. When you take driver's ed in Eastern Washington, they straight up start your first class with, there are 2 types of people in Eastern Washington. The type that will hit deer and the type that have hit deer. I've hit 5. It's unavoidable. They've hit me, to be honest. It's unavoidable. They're everywhere. And I just saw these giant ones. I'm like, oh my God, they've interbred with moose or something. And now we've got a problem. Like, they're so much bigger now. It was a very dumb moment. Very dumb moment. Not dumb, ignorant. I was so young. I just didn't know. I'd never seen them before. I think they call it bugling. I think that's legitimately the name for whatever that, like, thing they do is. I think it's called bugling, and it's weird. That's what I was going with the deer. Deer don't make sound. I've never heard a deer make a sound. I know that male deer apparently, like, bugle or make some, like, in the fall or something. Never heard it in my life. So when they, like, across the... Oh, it was so weird. I thought I was gonna die. I thought it was, like, in a horror movie or something. Oh my God, Slurm, chicken korma. You're making it from scratch? See, I'm so jealous of people that grew up with, like, a lot of Indian food around them. I can't even fathom making Indian food from scratch. I didn't have Indian food for the first time until I was, like, 27 years old. It's so uncommon on the West Coast, at least. You really don't see it. I mean, now we see it a lot more. Like, we have great Indian where I live now. We can get, like, everything. But I remember the first time I ever went to the UK and had Indian, I was like, this is different. This is different food. It's better. It has so much like, they weren't afraid to spice it, I guess. Whereas in the US, you're like, I'll take spicy, and they're like, no, not you. And I'm like, no, I do want the spice. Not Indian spicy, just like, they know. Like, they literally will bring you a little pot of the chili oil and be like, add it yourself. But, like, for instance, I think they're called papadoms, like the crispy cracker thing you guys get with Indian, or the little crispy bowl you guys get. You know what I'm talking about. I don't remember what they're called. They're only in the UK. I've never seen them in the US. But they're like a crispy little dough thing that they deep fry, and it puffs up and it's hollow, and you like knock out the top and then you fill it with stuff and eat it. We don't have those in the US. I've never found those anywhere. It sucks. Like, there's just certain things, or like if you want to get like some fucking chutneys, you're going to get one chutney that came out of a jar and is probably fruit compote. It's not chutney. And I got spoiled. Like, every time I go to the UK, people are like, oh my God, do you want to do like touristy? I'm like, I just like Indian food, please. You're a perk to the trip, but can we just get real food? I hate when people knock on UK food, because UK food is Indian food, and that shit is dank. It's so... The puri, is that what they're called? You can't get them. I miss them so much. They're just the perfect little vessel to put all the tasty foods in your mouth. And they're bite-sized. Oh, I fucking love those things so much. I would eat the fuck out of those things. We get naan bread, but it's different. It's doughier. I don't know. I'm guessing it's not made in like a tandoori oven or something like that. It's not like smacked up against the side of an oven like it classically traditionally is, because it's probably really hard to attain a fucking tandoori oven. I'm not judging. It's just different. It's different. It's sad. Like one of the best, I mean, I'm sure you guys have moments like this, but I have moments in my life where I can identify some of the best meals I've had in my life. And it's not based on the food. It's like the moment the food was presented. And man, there was one thing about London, London specifically, I don't know about the rest of the country, but London specifically, shit closes down at 8 p.m. It is so strange to my American sensibilities, because in America, it's very rare you're going to be somewhere where there isn't 24/7 something, and things stay open relatively late. Like most places stay up until at least 9, stay open until at least 9, if not 10 or 11. So the whole city starts to fucking close down. That's why so if you ever go to London, it's fucking crazy. There's this time, London people, or UKers, please fill in the blanks for me, because it's been a couple years now. But there's a certain time of day where everybody gets off work, and they all bust their fucking asses to the pubs, and suddenly every single pub is just overflowed with suits to the street. It's crazy. It's just this one time. I don't know what time of day it is. It's in the evening sometime. But all of a sudden, every single pub in the city is just black suits out the door. Just overflowing into the streets. The streets are now non-usable. No one's driving through them. You can walk through these herds of people, but that's it. And it's people busting their fucking asses to go get a drink before everything closes. Because it just closes so fucking fast. It's weird. So my sister and I, it's like 9 p.m., which is usually when I eat dinner, are starving. And we're walking around London at night. We saw a fox. It was crazy. It was definitely a Fleabag moment. Like a fox in downtown London just sprinted across the street. It was so weird. And we found a shawarma place that I don't even know if it was a restaurant. It was a hole in a wall, and there was like a family at a back table playing cards that looked like the mafia. And then it was one of those places with like one person wide and the deli counter right here. And you basically said what you wanted, paid, and get the fuck out. One of the best shawarma experiences I've ever had in my life. Like, I will never forget it. My sister and I just sitting on our hotel bed, fucking like mowing this shit down starvingly because there was nothing available. It's a food nook. It was so good. You could tell it was just a family-run joint, but oh my God. The food. And they were open till 10. It was amazing. Oh, no shit. I had amazing Indian food in a Heathrow airport food court. No shit. Katie, do you think that's normal for literally everyone outside London? I don't know. That's why I said London specific. I've only seen it happen in London. I've been to pubs all over the UK, but I've never seen that happen anywhere but London. So I don't know. I can't speak to it. Does it happen everywhere else? Family-run restaurants are the best. I mean, they were just so smiley and happy to make the food. They were so nice. I mean, granted, my sister was there and she's really pretty. And she gets hot lady privilege, but they were really nice. Hole in the wall, seriously. I mean, that's the way it kind of is in the US in most places, honestly. Like, the hole in the wall restaurants you find that you're kind of questioning whether it's even a restaurant, that's oftentimes the best food you'll ever find. Because it's probably privately owned. The rent is cheap enough that they can make the food affordable and still afford the rent, you know? It's hard to find a good Chinese off the East Coast, I find. Like, off the East Coast, I've never found real Peking duck, and that's my favorite food. I know, weird. That's like what I want on my birthday, is Peking duck. Like, I just want a big fucking roasted duck that I can dip in duck sauce. That's all I want. I don't know, and you just can't find it. Like, you can find things they'll claim it's Peking duck, but it's not. And it makes me, or like egg foo young, just shit like that like is old school Chinese that I'm used to from a child. I can't find around here. Like, the Chinese food is very, very Americanized, like almost too Americanized. And it's just different. It's just different. The Mexican food here is dank, though. It's real hard to get better Mexican food out of Colorado, outside of Colorado, Texas, Mexico. Oh my God. New Mexico, I mean. You need to have a proper northern takeout. What's a proper northern takeout? Like Chinese? With shrimp crackers. What are they called? Shrimp crisps? What do you guys call those things? Well, my sister's really pretty. Bakeries are 100% like that, yes. I try to avoid chains if I can. I had one good Asian place. Was it Chinese? Yes. Glory Hole Eatery, that'd be my restaurant. Remember what Shorzy said? Hot girls don't get tickets. Hot girls get whatever they want, like, all the time. My sister's a lawyer, so it really works out for her. East Coast Asian food. All the good Asian food. My favorite Asian food. I should say. I.e., I'm gonna say my favorite Chinese food, Indian food, Egyptian, Middle Eastern, and African. And I'm gonna say African, Ethiopian. I'll say Ethiopian because I know I've eaten Ethiopian. Is all better on the East Coast. And I think that's just because that's where the little people who emigrated to the US lived, set up shop, and they're making food from home. Whereas if you go to the West Coast, we've got a huge Japanese population, and in my opinion, the West Coast sushi wins. Every time I've had sushi on the East Coast, I smell chlorine. I swear to God, I smell fucking chlorine in the fish. I don't know why, I'm not hating, I think but again, it's Japanese people set up shop, like, straight from Japan and probably make their food the way it's supposed to be from Japan. That's my assumption. I don't know. And then when you get to the middle of our country, it's all casserole. Hot dish, trash plate, whatever you want to call it. Middle of the country. You can get authentic Chinese in the big West Coast cities. You just need to look a bit. I'm sure. I've never lived in a big West Coast city. So that's not where I'm going to get food, sadly. Do I still... Because sweet vanilla bitches don't get sternum tattoos. Still on there. The more deprived an area is, the north of the UK is very traditionally deprived, the better the takeout. Really? Interesting. We have some great Ethiopian food in Seattle. See, I've never really, the only time I eat in Seattle is when I'm there for PAX. And then I go out with Dan. Dan and I usually find some fucking hole in the wall and go eat ourselves stupid. But that's about my extent in Seattle. Best barbecue. I've never had barbecue from Texas. So, could you describe your sauce? And do you guys sauce your meat while it's cooking? Or do you put the sauce on the side? Because, I mean, and this is just because of exposure. My favorite barbecue I've ever had was in North Carolina. I like that vinegary, looser sauce. And I like to dip my meat in the barbecue sauce. I don't like my meat pre-barbecued. Or if it's pre-barbecued, I still want a side. Because it's just, not enough. I've heard that there's a type, again, didn't grow up in barbecue places, so I don't know. But I've heard there's, types of barbecue. I've heard the Carolinas have a specific type. Florida has a specific type. Texas has a specific type. If you get barbecue in either one of those areas, it's going to be a completely different animal, right? So everybody has, their particular, but I tend to like a more spicier, looser, I don't like the thick, I don't know, the thick, sauce that you get a spoonful of it, turn the spoon upside down, and it doesn't get off. It just sits on the spoon, and you have to, fuck that sauce. It's gross. Texture's disgusting. It's like jelly in my mouth. I have this family-owned Vietnamese place in my town that's just incredible. I love Vietnamese food. The owner makes nuc cham. I hope I said that right. For her family, and she always slips me when I order because I appreciate the heat, unlike the pre-made jarred stuff. Fuck. Oh, is that, I love that shit. What do they call it? Sambal. I think if you buy it at the store, it's called sambal. It's that chili paste that's kind of sweet. That shit is so good. Jamaican food on the East Coast. I'd never had Jamaican food off the East Coast. I'd never even seen it before. But there was a Jamaican place right next to the Orioles stadium, and I used to go there. It was delicious. You don't want to fuck it up with sauce, and that's the thing. I want to appreciate the taste of the meat and, judge the meat, I guess, and appreciate that. When it's smothered in just a thick fucking gooey layer of barbecue, I feel like you're hiding what you've done to the meat. What's under there? Why are you hiding it? Burnt ends are my favorite thing that ever has existed in the world. And that's something that's really hard to come by in Colorado. There's one barbecue place that's nearby my house that on Fridays and Saturdays they offer burnt ends, and that's it. Burnt ends are my favorite thing. I could eat burnt ends for the rest of my life. What do they call them? All sorts of things, different places. But essentially it's the crispy ends of the fucking whatever piece of meat. and then they recook, they like put all those crispy ends in the barbecue or again smother it in sauce, so it's just like candied meat. They call them different things everywhere else, but God, they're fucking good. Oh, if you ever see anything like burnt, I'm trying to think, there's another term for burnt ends that some restaurants call them, but if you ever see it, for God's sakes, try it. It's technically, it would be like the chef snack or the throwaway, but some barbecue places have learned that that is the fucking shit right there. It's the caramelized crispy meat. It's the good shit. That's my favorite bits. Like, I'll take that any fucking day. I'm sorry, should we stop talking about dinner food in the morning? Whoops. They have barbecue contests all over Texas. You know what I used to do? I used to watch chili contests. Texas chili contests on YouTube. I went through a moment. I love chili. I mean, I'm a chili lover. And I went through this period of time where I was like, I'm going to learn how to make the perfect chili. And so I started watching all these Texas chili cook-offs. Because these are people that literally dedicate their fucking life to perfecting chili. Every bite. It's incredible. Like, these people whipping out shit. I mean, the reason I put a little bit of cocoa powder in my chili is because of that show, and I'm telling you, do it. So, this is personal opinion, I don't mind beans in a chili, but it doesn't add anything to the chili for me. It doesn't do anything for me. I'd rather just a side of baked beans. Baked beans? Fuck yeah. You gonna make some fucking homemade baked beans with brown sugar and bacon? I will suck that knob. Give me that shit. But it just doesn't add anything. If you use good quality meat in a chili, that's all you need. In my opinion, I don't use ground beef. I use, like, chuck and chop it up and let it shred in there. It's the best. I don't know. I watched so many shits on fucking Texas chili cook-offs. I learned so many weird ingredients to put in. But in my opinion, beans just didn't do anything. They either make a chili with just beans, and then it's not really chili. I don't know what that is. Baked beans or meat. It doesn't alter it, though. It didn't make it better or worse for me. No shit, a little bit of chili powder and hot cocoa is fucking delicious. Or a little bit of cayenne. Oh, yes, 100%. Beans and chili is great. See, some people love it. I'm not a hater. I'll get down on really any chili. You give me some cornbread and a bowl of chili, I am a happy camper. That is a fucking great meal. Ooh, please, Slurm. I'm excited. I've never heard of anyone making that from home from scratch. I wouldn't even know where to start. I'm excited for you. I feel like I have to burp. I prefer it over the meat. Helps thicken it too. See, boom. I think there's no such thing as the best. I think it's just what we prefer. Like, I liked the barbecue. I liked, like, the North Carolina and Florida were so similar to me. I don't want people to hate me for this. They were super similar. I couldn't tell the difference. But I liked that style where you get, like, your shredded meat and you get your cup of sauce and you can dip the meat if you want. Or you can just eat the meat because they know they cooked the meat really well and they're not trying to cover it up with something. But that's just me. I don't barbecue. I got nothing. Gasp, I know. They're not the same place, but I did a road trip. I drove from Baltimore to Georgia. I went to, oh God, where does fucking Paula Deen live? Or where did she live? What is that town on the coast of Georgia? Help. Crispy and Cock, you're going to be so disappointed. I just blanked. Savannah, Jesus Christ, Savannah. Did a road trip to Savannah and then picked up a friend in Savannah and then we drove down to Cocoa Beach. No, did we go to Cocoa or Clearwater? We went to Clearwater. Just for, like, a girls' weekend to literally just sit on the beach and be lame. It was really, really nice. But on the way, we stopped at a bunch of barbecue places, and that was fucking dope. What up, BDO? How's your bald head? Chocolate and PB in the chili when I make it frequently. I believe it, and it's probably delicious. I wanted to like cornbread, but the texture made me have an immediate reaction of ejecting it from my mouth. My fiance laughed so hard. I would have picked. I bet you had some fucking dry cornbread. Because I've had cornbread that, in my opinion, clearly needs to be stuck in a bowl of chili. And you eat a bite of cornbread with a bite of chili with your spoon because the cornbread is just so fucking dry. It's like doing the cinnamon challenge. You just kind of like, ugh, cornbread dust. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Someone got McDonald's. I can smell it. None for you. You can't just get McDonald's if you don't bring enough for the class. Oh, no shit, Glut. I do a dry... See, Glut's from Florida. He would know what I'm liking in it. I do a dry rub with similar ingredients. I think that's what I like is a dry rub. A dry rub with similar ingredients is a barbecue sauce I use. Then the sauce during cooking so it caramelizes and gets a bark. And then sauce after. And that's it. That's literally, Glut, tell me if I'm wrong. That's how you produce burnt ends, right? It's the sauce burning and creating that caramelized crust that is the shit. It's when they just, and it's gooey and sick and not cooked on. I don't know how to say that. You know what I mean? It's almost like someone took jelly and put it on a piece of meat and then served it to you after it touched some heat. But the burnt ends, it's that caramelized shit. Like, that's the fucking shit. But I think it's a dry rub because Zach and I have both noticed that when we get wings or similar, we both prefer a dry rub. Like, I don't want it to be all sticky and gross because I just kind of want to control the sauce amount on my own. It's like Vissy with her salads. I completely am on that train. Like, fuck that shit. I don't want someone to, like, I just don't trust it. Good for dipping in, pulling out a good scoop. Exactly. Yeah, the dry-ass cornbread. I can't believe it's Thanksgiving week. So weird. Strahd, thank you so much for subbing to the class. Keeping the class alive and giving us that prime sub. I fucking appreciate you. This is going to sound weird, but the ultimate secret ingredient for chili. Stir a spoonful of peanut butter. I would believe you. I believe you. Stir a spoonful of peanut butter into it, completely melted. That slight bit of nutty flavor and all the meaty goodness. It's heaven. I believe you. Simply because, no shit, when I was in college, this place shut down, which was really sad. Lies and slander. Lies and slander. I have McDonald's. Neener. Thank you. There was a place in my college town. It was like a 50s diner kind of thing, you know, like burgers, like a malt shop. Like a malt shop. I think that's what you would call it, right? It was like a mock 50s diner or whatever, but I fuck you not, they had a goddamn cheeseburger that had peanut butter on it. And a couple times I went to this place and saw that on the menu, and it's the first thing on the menu. It must have been like what they were known for. And eventually I just got the balls to try it. I wasn't even high. I was just like, I think I'm going to try it. There's no way this would stay on the menu if it was gross, and it was so good. It was named something random. It was just privately owned, and it closed. It was sad. But it was really good. Like, it didn't taste like peanut butter. There's something about when the peanut butter gets all melty with the cheese and the burger and everything else going on in there. It was so good. Like, don't knock it till you try it. It was phenomenal. I believe it. It was really, really tasty. No, Rod, did I tell you what I did? I was sitting there doing them actively while you were sending them to me, and then just didn't hit save. So it was just me being super angry at myself for being a fucking moron. It's fine. Maybe I'll put them in tonight. Who knows? Maybe they'll be our Christmas sounds. Curry in an hour. Fuck yes. I get these wings from a place around here that they sauce with butter, garlic, black pepper, and ranch powder. Yum. They use so much garlic in it, you'll taste it for 2 days, and I love them. I'm all about that. I'm not mad if I've got, like, garlic dragon breath after a meal. I fucking love garlic so much. It's like a meaty PB&J. Yeah, it was so good. It was, like, not what you would think. It was really, really good. Right, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. I would have never in a million years put peanut butter on a meat thing if this burger place hadn't existed and hadn't, like, convinced me of it or something. But it's great. You should try it. I don't remember what was, like, if you guys remember or if you guys do this often, what else do you put on the burger? Because just thinking about it, the idea of mustard and ketchup with peanut butter is kind of grossing me out. I don't know if that was on the burger. I want to say it was just peanut butter cheeseburger. I think, and bun. I think that's all. I don't know if anything else was on there, but speak to it if there is. It's been, I mean, God, like 15 years. I don't even know. With raspberry jam, was it good? A food truck here does a pad thai burger. Oh my God, the peanut sauce. Dude, peanuts were meant to be savory. I just thought of that. Thai food and peanut sauce. No shit. Peanut sauce is one of the best things that Thai food has ever brought to us ever and put on meat. You just connected that in my head. Yeah, those things should go together. Absolutely. Yep. Sorry about all the food talk this early in the morning. I don't apologize. I've never tried peanut butter on burgers. We'll have to try it. It's good. I just don't remember what else went on it. So if anybody, like, makes a peanut butter burger regularly and you know how to put it together good, speak to it. Because ketchup and mustard with peanut butter sounds disgusting. I don't know if that was on the burger or not. It's been too many years, but it was real good. A fried egg, runny or not? It has to be runny, right? At least a little. I've told you guys this before, but when I was vegan for 6 years in college, dating a guy at the time who was vegan, and it was a fun challenge, et cetera, et cetera. Long story short. But the only thing that I missed and craved, like on a psychological level, being vegan, was eggs. And I'm not exaggerating when I tell you, I had wet dreams about runny eggs. Like like dreams where it was a slow motion fork cutting into a perfectly cooked egg, and it just being like, blah, blah, blah. And I'd wake up like, oh my god, eggs. I don't know why, I just fucking love eggs. That was the only thing that I really, really, really missed was fucking eggs, dude. Fucking them specifically. Bacon on it would be fucking amazing. That's the only way. Okay, I was just asking. Still have to say, Best Burgers in CO is in Golden. Really? Bob's Atomic Burgers. Golden is like on our way to going to Red Rock, so I'll have to remember that next time we go to a concert. Peanut butter on a donut bun burger would probably work. Probably. I don't want the donut though. That'd be so sweet. A completely cooked yolked egg can be tasty. 100%. I like all. I mean, the only egg I'm not into is a sunny side up where the whites are still raw. Like, you know when you cook an egg and even the yolk gets like that very foggy cast over it? I have to have that. I don't... Raw whites? If that shit's jiggling, disgusting. Not into that in any way, shape, or form. Easy over at, if anything. There's nothing wrong with a hard egg. No shit, Rod. That's like down by you, right? I think Golden is literally where a friend of mine stayed recently. Peanut butter bacon and maybe a hot pepper like pickles, jalapeno. Oh my god, yeah. The vinegar, yes. I'd fuck that up. Raw egg whites is disgusting. Call me a heretic, but I use peanut butter in my Chinese cooking. I don't think that's heretical because fucking Thai food, right? Thai food has tons of peanuts in it. I mean, I literally just never put that. I've been to Thailand. I'm ashamed. I've been there and eaten the Thai peanuts. Like, it's in everything. They literally add peanuts in so much of their food. Peanut sauce, peanuts in general. Just didn't even. Yeah. No, that absolutely makes sense. Raw whites is disgusting. But, yeah, any other cooked egg, I'm pretty much down with. Although, there was one moment in my life I couldn't eat eggs. If you've been following me for a while, you might have witnessed this moment. This was when I was living in Baltimore. And bless my ex's heart, wonderful human being. He thought it would be hilarious to put food dye in scrambled eggs. And he served me black scrambled eggs on stream. And man, I didn't know how weird my food weirdness went until I was served black scrambled eggs that smelled amazing. I mean, they were probably perfectly cooked. I fucking physically couldn't eat a bite. It looked like roasted brain matter. I don't know. It looked like gray fucking what? It was similar, if you guys remember the purple ketchup. I brought this up a couple times, but back in the 90s, early 2000s, for some reason, Heinz thought it was a great idea to make purple Play-Doh colored ketchup. I don't care how good that is. I couldn't eat that if you fucking paid me. I couldn't put it in my mouth. My brain goes, that's not food. Absolutely not. And just gets the fuck out. Purple and green, it was disgusting. Did they do it to the mustard too? I never had any of it. And Slurm, it was opaque. Like this color. Oh wait, this is gray. This color. I thought I was wearing my purple hoodie. It was that color and opaque. Like, you know how ketchup is like dark red and kind of like soupy because it's fucking tomato sauce? No. It was opaque. It was, I never ate it. I just saw it at people's houses. I was like, that's fucking disgusting. Why would you do any of that? It was, but same concept. Like, it could be the best food in the world. Why'd you have to do that to it? I don't want to eat that. That's not food colored. I've had wet dreams about fucking eggs. I did. Have you ever deprived yourself of something that you love so dearly you dream of it? Sex! Come on now! So to eat black pasta made with squid ink, I have before. That didn't freak me out because it was made with squid ink and I was mentally prepared. Like, honestly, if I went somewhere and they were like, this is a seafood scramble made with squid ink, it probably wouldn't have bothered me. Is that fucking weird? It's just a mental thing. It's bizarre. Tomato, it's tomato. I mean, and you know what's crazy? I actually watch, because I have just the brain, I like to watch food history TV, food history shows. I'm sure a lot of you watch these as well. And there was one where they went into the history of ketchup. Did you know the original ketchup was gray and made of mushrooms? It was literally gray mushroom paste. That was the original ketchup. Wild. I don't know, but I think I've dreamed of it, Knives. It would, shut up. It was literally branded Easy Squirt. I have to look it up. Hold the fucking phone. I haven't seen it in so long. I'm so mad I looked this up. Slurmy, you can't call me a liar. It's literally the color of my sweater. I haven't seen it in years. Look at that. No. America. See, even Americans know it's wrong. Born and raised, man, never has that been in my mouth. Some of us are okay. We're doing okay. Fucking what? Unacceptable. Did anybody eat it? It was ketchup. That's all it was. Heinz thought it would be fun to make bright colored ketchup. That's all they did. And they dyed their ketchup these horrific colors. Green and then regular red. Oh my fucking God. Who could eat that? Who could eat that? Who the fuck could eat that? Oh my fucking God. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me. I'm proud. I couldn't do it. Like, I can eat almost anything. I've traveled the world. I will try anything twice. Fuck yourself. Absolutely not. No. Green? Oh, I think I'd eat the green one over the purple. The purple is just unnatural. Ew. Oh, I haven't seen it in so many years. Thank you. I had to look at it. Squeezed out of the bottle. I remember very clearly. I had a friend whose parents bought them the purple one, and it looked like Play-Doh. Play-Doh? Play-Doh. Looked like Play-Doh. Like, just opaque, purple, fucking gross. I'd rather eat Play-Doh, too. I probably could physically consume Play-Doh easier than trying to eat whatever the fuck that is. I have to get rid of it. That's so gross. Me neither, fault. I never tried it, even as a kid. Like, every kid is susceptible. I loved Gushers. Like, give me Gushers any day. Give me Surge. Give me corn dogs. Give me Hot Pockets. That? Ew. No, I know. Surprise. So, I didn't know, like, my family literally uninvites me to things. So, I had nothing to do. So, I was like, fuck it. Thanksgiving. Zach's family's like, hey, we love each other and we're going to hug and eat food together. So we're going to go up to Montana for 3 days. So I figured there's no, why take a day off? I'm literally going to get 3 days off to just sit and eat. Might as well hang out. And I'm hoping that Knives and Visty and I can finish Borderlands 1 and get into Borderlands 2. That would be fucking sick. That's my ultimate hope. What? They made orange, pink, and blue? And it didn't get released? Good. Ew. Why is it that nowhere else in the world are these aberrations thought of? You know, honestly, I've literally had to do a paper on this kind of concept when I was in college doing my undergrad, doing my chemistry degree. There is a shit ton of additives and colors that we in America use in our food that everywhere else in the world is like, no, those cause cancer. But America's like, money, bitch! That's it. Like, in American Gatorade and Mountain Dew and one other soda, there's actually flame retardant in it. Because if you didn't add a flame retardant, the liquids would separate. So in order to keep the liquids into one mixture, like a consistent mixture, they have to add a flame retardant. So like other places in the world, you can't get blue drink because it's flame retardant. That's my, like, that was, but like 20 years ago when I was doing a chemistry degree. Oh my God, it's not 20 years ago yet. 18 years ago, we're not going to talk about it. Flame retardant. That was a paper I mean, it was a topic I chose, but we had to write a paper on something fucked up that the US lets get into their food, essentially, and mine was flame retardant. And it's in a lot of, I mean, I don't know still to this day, they might have changed these things by now, but when I was in school, there was a shit ton of sodas and artificial, like, energy drinks that had to have this particular flame retardant in them in order for them to emulsify and not separate. Like, you know, and separate, like oil separating from water. Weird. Play-Doh would taste better. It reminds me of that, no shit, I was gonna say that, Najeel. It literally reminds me of that psycho woman trying to push pink sauce on people. We watched a video on that pink sauce shit recently. Like, someone actually bought the packs to make the pink sauce, and it was foul and kind of rotten. I love sweet potatoes so much. Dude, Chronicle, fuck yeah. We use beetroot for that crazy color. That's what it should be. Why not? If you have beetroot for that crazy color, why not use it? Good morning, Droll. I hope you're doing well, Honeybean. When the original Ed Norton Hulk movie came out, they did a green Hershey syrup. My brother drank so much green chocolate milk. Oh God, that is so, it made me burp. And then won one of those grocery store giveaways promoting it, and that's how we took a family trip to Universal Studios. Holy shit, nuh-uh. Wait, can I ask a question? Did he shit black? Do you remember, was it Burger King? One of the burger places was like dyeing their burger patties green or black or something, and it was making everyone's shit weird. I wonder if that happens. Time is a construct. You are not wrong. Reason infinity why I despise and want to change America. I mean, tell me about it. Did not know that, but it doesn't really surprise me. I'll stick to my coffee, tea, and sparkling water. Same. Your Fruity Pebbles is banned here. They have a different version here. I've never eaten Fruity Pebbles in my life. I'm not into fruity cereal, but to each their own. The EU uses a lot of color additives. We don't as well. I think a lot of that has been debunked. I'm sure it the flame retardant, I think they actually had to, it wasn't debunked, but they did fix it. Something that is so vaguely familiar in my brain, but I want to say like 10 years ago or whatever, they had to do something about it because people were discovering there was this weird additive. I don't know, though. I could be totally wrong. It's been too long. I don't know. Don't trust me. Human memory is totally fallible. It just reminded me I have to go buy pie again. Did you actually sit down and eat an entire pie? It's not as bright, and studies have shown people prefer the artificial colors to natural colors because of the vibrance, really. We probably associate the vibrance with, like, health and freshness and ripeness because we're so hardcore, like, geared towards, you know, like supermarket food. It all looks perfect. Supermarket vegetables, they're all, like, perfect, flawless, nothing. But, like, real food is ugly. Like, you get food out of you grow carrots, and carrots are going to have, like, multiple arms coming off of them, and they get this big, or they're long and skinny. Like, I've never in my life gotten a supermarket carrot out of my garden. I've grown carrots my whole life. Ever. Like, I think do you think, like, it's a psychosis thing? Well, that's the thing. I've had, like, artificial, quote-unquote, fruit flavors in other countries, and it's just a different ballgame 100%. I wouldn't even compare them. Our artificial flavors are called esters. We create them in labs. I literally had to do it when I was in school. We had to create flavors and create smells, artificial smells to add to foods. Yeah. It's a bizarre science to be into. Food science is fascinating. But the fake fruit flavors and shit I've heard rumors that, like, fake, like, Laffy Taffy banana is allegedly what bananas originally smelled like. I don't know if that's real or not. The color additive bit, not the flame retardant. Oh, the color additive bit. Yeah, I don't know about the color additive bit, but honestly, like, I would believe it that people literally sort through produce at the grocery store and touch everything and bruise up all the fruit to get the unbruised fruit. And you're just like, what the fuck? Have you never picked an apple off a tree? I don't know. I used to, when I lived in Baltimore, I subscribed to this service called it was like called Ugly Fruit or something like that. But basically, every 2 weeks, I got a box delivered to my door for like $20 worth 2 weeks worth of vegetables, but they were deemed ugly. so they couldn't go into supermarkets, but they weren't rotten or even damaged. They were just ugly. It was like carrots with arms and shit. It was so amazing. There's services like that all over the US. I highly encourage them. I forgot to buy pie in general. Get yourself some fucking pie. I'm sure you'd love Chinese? Canada's Fruit Loops? I don't doubt it. I mean, I grew up on the border of Canada as a youth up in Eastern Washington, like literally 20-minute drive to Canada. And because of that, there's a lot of, what's the word? It's like leak over or whatever, where a lot of Canadian shit just ends up kind of, because a lot of people like live on the border in Washington, but will work in Canada or vice versa. So I grew up with like, you get French fries, you get gravy. That's the way you get French fries. You get French fries, you get a fucking side of gravy. And then I moved away. Do you want to know what the US doesn't do with their fries? They don't serve it with gravy. They often serve them with nothing. And you have to ask, what the fuck? I was appalled. All dressed chips, my favorite thing in the world. Can't get them anywhere outside of the border. Like, there's so many things that I got used to that I didn't even realize were like Canadian fucking fallovers. My nose itches. What? How do you say that word? Coals? Oh, is that like an ugly fruit? A cull? Or I don't know how to say that. It's strange when you start to feel the artificial taste more like the fruit than the fruit does. I don't want that to ever happen to me. The closest, in my opinion, like artificial smell or oil or whatever to the fruit is orange. Like orange, citrus, that kind of thing. But other than that, nothing really tastes like the fruit. You can get supermarket-looking produce in the Midwest with really good soil, but you'll get a few ugly ones too. I love the ugly food. I'll take the ugly food any fucking day. I'm gonna chop it up and eat it in my mouth and then poop it out. I don't care what it looks like as long as it's not rotten. It's obscene. It is, Cal. It's disgusting. I love supporting systems like that where they actually like collect that ugly food and sell it, because that's disgusting. Food waste is fucking foul. I don't like banana anything anymore except banana bread. I fucking love banana bread so much. I love watermelon. Sweets as a flavor, but actually watermelon, I'm the opposite. I hate fake watermelon, but I love watermelon. But they don't taste, I mean, literally, if you think about it, does fake cherry taste like a cherry? Does fake banana taste like a banana? Like, none of them taste like the thing. I don't know where that, I think what it is that in chemistry, in food chemistry or whatever, they isolate the ester that creates the flavor smell and then exponentially make it just exponential. They exponentialize the fucking flavor of it. So then in the candy, it tastes like what 20 cherries in your mouth would taste like at a time or something. That's my theory. Because the fake watermelon versus real watermelon, what? Real watermelon barely smells like fucking water. But I don't know. I love all dressed. All dressed are the best chips. Salt and Vinnies are a close second. You have all dressed. I'm so jealous. I cannot find them. At most diners around me, wet fries have gravy on them. I just want a side. I just grew up with that. Like, it was super common. Like, I'm just used to it. But I'm not Canadian. It was just, that was, just a weird leak over from Canada that was great. Oh, like Coles. Okay. But they're still delicious. Like, I've had them. When I was a kid, my grandparents had grapevines, mulberry bushes, pear trees, apple trees, crabapple trees, wild rhubarb growing on their property. It was awesome. The fresh fruit and all the what? Same. My grandparents had raspberries and all that shit growing, and cherry trees and stuff. It was awesome. I miss that stuff. I'm trying to recreate it. I hope you steal all of Zeke's audience by streaming today. Man, I'm shocked beyond reason when anybody from Zeke's community wants to hang out with me, because I'm just not angry like that. I assume that you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody likes what they like. I'm not obviously, you know what I'm saying? We have things in common. But I've never broken anything on stream on purpose. I'm chill. I'm more the stone. I'm like the yang to the yang or whatever. I'm the chill. Let's just smoke pot about it. Nothing matters and we'll all die eventually. And we find solace in that. And I don't need to break anymore. I break keyboards on accident. I do that enough on my own. There's a brand of potato chips called uglies. They make things out of the ugly potatoes that would normally... I love that. I would buy those. If I saw that, I think that's amazing. That's like using every part of an animal. Like, I'm in full support of people making, like, blood pudding or haggis or, like, things out of the offal of animals. If you're gonna kill something, eat it all. Don't be a pussy about it. Eat it all. That animal lost its life so you could eat a steak. Eat it all. I'm all about that shit. And blood sausage is fucking delicious. Black pudding? Time I would shit my pants. You know, we do that for Johnny Scar. I feel like that's become like that's one of the beautiful things about the internet. But poor Johnny Scar, where he lives up in the Scandies, no fucking Doritos. Wild. As an American, I cannot fathom going to a gas station, grocery store, or someone's house and not seeing a bag of fucking Doritos. You can't get them. And so multiple streamers have sent him like hundreds of dollars of Doritos in giant boxes because he's such a fucking nice guy and loves them so much. It's crazy, but like you literally can't get them there. It's wild. Thank you. I mean, there's a lot of people from Zeke's community here. Don't get me wrong, and a lot of my community watches Zeke. I'm just always shocked because it's very different. Not in a bad way or a good way. Either way, it's just different. I'm one of those who found you through Zeke. You know what gets me even more is when people will say something like, I watched you and Zeke for like 5 years before watching, like realizing you guys lived together or something like that. That one's the one that gets me every time. I'm like, really? Really? How? I got new gummies yesterday. They're 200 milligrams. Wait, did you have 200 milligrams in one go? And you couldn't feel your face? Are you okay? Can you feel it now? Millie's one of my favorite people in the whole world, and that makes me very happy, Orion. We must protect. There's a great book that talks about potatoes and how fresh water got destroyed in Idaho because McDonald's wanted a specific potato for a perfect fry. I believe that. I believe that. Idaho's hell. I came prepared for the stream, got me a family-sized bag of Cheetos Puffs in my lap. Fuck yes. I'm sorry, I'm so burpy. Dude. Aldrich chips. 200. Wow. No shit. I had a 250 milligram edible way back in the day and it didn't even nothing happened to me. It was crazy. Nothing. I felt nothing. I'm so jealous. I mean, kind of. I don't know. What do you do, Najio, when you get that high? Like when you suddenly, I can't feel my face. What do you do? Like what do you do? Do you do? Do you do? Do you do? Like, do you just melt? Do you read? I'm genuinely curious. No judgment, just asking. People always ask me what I do when I get high, and I'm like, I don't know, everything I do normally when I'm not high, which is probably your answer. I found you through Twitter. The last good thing oh god, same. I've actually made friends on Twitter, which kills me about that fucking shithole platform just dying. I'm also prepared. Thanks, my week, guys. Should we cheer? Oh, hi. I was just gonna cheers. You want to come say hi first? Hi, Bubba. Good morning. Have you been napping? Good morning. How are you doing? Gonna lick my boob? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. It was probably sweaty. How's your day? Exciting? Did you kill a squirrel? Yeah. It was a bastard, wasn't it? I know. I agree, bud. I'm here because of Twitter, right? That's it. Same thing. I've found a couple people on Twitter. I won't say a ton, but enough that I'm like bitter about it. I went back to Twitter today because of some of the unsolicited notifications for a good 10 minutes. Blue Sky's not perfect, but man, on his Twitter is shithole. It sucks. I'm still double posting because every day this week someone has been like, oh, I can find you on Blue Sky. And I'm like, yes, please find me on Blue Sky. I don't want to double post anymore. I hate Twitter. I'm not going to delete my account or anything because I don't need people stealing my username and pretending to be me and like doing creepy shit. But I don't want to post there anymore. I would just like to be on the Blue Sky, please. Because Elon's a piece of shit. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. I know. Why you gotta lick my mouth every day? It's my chapstick. I know, you just want it off. He's such a good boy. Big stretch. I wish he could talk, because sometimes I feel he comes up to say something and I just don't know what he needs. Good morning, Charles. How are you? When I'm really high, I can't move any of my bones and I have stoner eyes. I don't think I've ever been that high. I'm a little sad. I made friends on Twitter too and then found them again very quickly on Blue Sky. Same. That's exactly what I did. I was like, well, guess I'm just finding everybody on Blue Sky now. If you want to leave Trick here while I watch him, no. It's so exciting when I get to bring my boy with me when I go places. I mean, he would lose his shit at Burning Man, literally. I would never, it would be animal cruelty to bring you there. But I do like when I get to take you places. You and your adorable crossed little arms. During the ESO days, bless. I found CKPB in Dan and ClassyKatie via ClassyPack Zeke Nocturne. No shit. I mean, dude, I've said it a million times and I know I'm a broken record, but Pumpkinberry, if you don't follow Pumpkinberry on Twitch, you should. She has single-handedly created some of the best roleplay shows that have ever existed in the world. I say that without hesitation. And there's something about that woman. And to this, I mean, I will never fully encapsulate how she does it. She knows how to put together a cast. She just can, I don't know, she could be a casting director for movies and shit, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not that type of person to understand, like, the dynamics between people and see the potential for the fake human they're going to create for a show, that fake human is going to coalesce with the other fake humans. Like, I can't conceptualize what magical power that is, but she has it. And she has proved that time and time and time again. Just facts. Nocturne cast, I mean, I speak to it all the time. I got to play so many different role plays with, like, repeat people from Nocturne that I feel like I got little dips of Nocturne after that, but Nocturne was just hot black magic. I don't know what happened. That was just a crazy time. It was well, that's the thing, Kills. The beauty of working with someone who knows how to put together a cast, and the curse is, like, I would never ask to be a part of a show because I don't understand that casting thing. I just wait. And I know if someone deems me worthy of a character or a spot in their cast, they'll ask because they know I'm down. But I would never ask because I don't ever want to, like, force myself into something where I don't fit. I shouldn't be there. It's going to, you know what I mean? I don't want to change. I don't ever want to alter the chemistry of a group or a cast or something like that by strong-arming my way in or begging to, I would never. I just, Pumpkinberry. Berry. I almost said I. Pumpkinberry. She streams on Twitch all the time. She's awesome. She games. She does role play. She talks about the role plays. She just did I mean, I think you guys finished it, but they just did a complete rewatch of Nocturne, which is years ago now. But she's constantly making shows. I mean, I don't think that woman's brain stops. Ever. But thank you, Kills. She's phenomenal. Yeah. You just finished, right? That's what I thought. Mike was like updating. I can't, it's so sad. Nocturne's one of the best shows that ever happened in the world. I physically can't rewatch it yet because my little pug, who passed away sadly a few years back, is in the background of almost every fucking episode, and I just cry. I'm such a big pussy. She was my soul. And still to this day, like, as much as my dogs I have now are everything in my life and I love them, you can never replace a dog. Like, that's not real. And I miss that little bitch like nobody's fucking business. So if you get the pleasure of watching Nocturne or any of those shows and you see that little pug behind me, you send her spiritual love because she's no longer with us. And I would give anything to have her back. Cheers. But it's a phenomenal show. It's just like I quite literally can't keep myself together. I just cry because I'm like, well, there's the dog I can't hug anymore. If heaven's not full of all my dogs, I don't want to go. Cheers. Saronlin, right? I know. It's literally like, she's a witch. But that's okay. She's just so fucking good. And she has a lot of passion for what she does. And like I said, she quite literally doesn't ever stop. I think she's constantly writing campaigns. She's probably got 500 in the back burner. I don't even know. But that's literally, if it wasn't for Pumpkinberry inviting Amelia Tyler to be a part of Nocturne, I would have never met Millie. I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't have gone to Wales and met Peachy. Like, so many beautiful life-changing events came out of being a part of those campaigns, and people in my life, Safi, Classy Pax. Classy Pax is literally the good twin of our twins. He's the good twin who lives in Canada, who's super tall and awkward, and I'm the bad one in America. I would have never met him if it wasn't for this shit, and I just am eternally grateful for it.
I'm going to
I would have never had Greg's!
With Satan's cock!
And, like, I know all y'all UKers can hate all you want because you get it all the time. Greg's is better than anything you're gonna find in the US, so treasure it. I wouldn't have had it. Tragic. Thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the class. I'm giving it for 47 fucking months. I appreciate you. She has 2 shows currently running. There you go. It would have been really lovely to have you in some of the watch party episodes, but I completely understand. I want to. I mean, I know you believe me. I know I've said it so many times. It's heartbreaking. We were actually rewatching Nocturne when my beautiful pug Millie passed away. And it was horrid, and we kept watching, and I got to this point where I was like, guys, I physically can't watch it because I can't stop crying. It was uncontrollable, like, just gasping for breath crying. It's horrible. And I know you guys understand, so it just sucks. Because it's a really great show. Dude, I know, Terlin, we were talking about Pumpkin Berries. I mean, I feel like we're just... Pumpkin Berry's a goddess, that's all I have to say. She just makes the best casts. We were talking about her ability to create magic with casts are just incredible. It's incredible, are incredible, you know what I mean. At the very least, if you get an opportunity to audition for anything, go for it. You say strong-arming, I say auditioning. You don't grant yourself opportunities sometimes. I have massive stage fright. Isn't that weird? I left my full bag of weed in my bedroom, and I'm sad about it. I have really intense stage fright. Which is weird to say, I know, but I do. And unless I'm in a costume, I tend to start to panic and sweat really bad and forget that I'm human, and then I stop breathing. It's the worst. And that has kept me from literally auditioning for anything in my entire life. Everything I've ever been in, people have literally just been like, hey, Katie, I think you'd be good in this. I'm like, hey. Hope I am. Petrified. Yeah, just petrified. I don't mind being in front of people ever. What's it like being special? I had to get borderline drunk to give a fucking, like, toast at a wedding. Yeah. Bleacher kid. I'm a back row kid. I mean, I truly am. Like, not only because I'm fucking dumb tall, so you always end up in the back row no matter what, but I'm 100% just a back row kid. I don't want to be... I like being supporting characters. I like being comedic relief. I like being sidekicks. I like being NPCs. I have zero main character energy at all. Like, I'm like, you can look elsewhere now. Shoo. It's pretty special, Rod, to have zero stage fright and be absolutely afraid of being on a stage in front of human beings. Humans are judgmental. And mean. That's very special. I don't know anyone that has that, like, even people that work on stage get violently anxious before they go on a lot of the times. That's pretty special. As do I, yet I've got the meeting I mentioned way too much coming up. A lot of actors do. It's common. Going to an audition would be like forcing myself to a doctor's appointment where the whole time I'm there, I'd be like, don't worry, my blood pressure is just really high because of you. This isn't normally how I am. It's just you. If you could go away, it would go away. It's fine. You know when the doctors take your blood pressure and they're like, wow, that's high. And you're like, yeah, it's because of you. Me in an audition. I don't know. I think I'm just a failure. It's fine. It's fine. That and, like, tall doesn't translate on camera. In the world of film, shows, entertainment, the average height is between 5'5" and 5'7", and they like everyone's heads to be on the same level because it translates well on camera. And when you see people that are exponentially tall or exponentially short, you start to interpret that as a character design and not just the way someone is on camera. And a lot of people, they're like, that's not the way we want to tell the story. We don't want people assuming something about the tall person because they stick out, because you don't stick out. You're not special, but you're tall, so you do, so we can't do that. When you have body features that are extreme like that you literally can't cut off like height, it's really hard to work around. You got to be like Nicole Kidman. You know what I'm saying? Perfect for people to excuse the height. Like, listen to the chick who did the shame bell and was in Ted Lasso. Up until she was 35, I think she was just constantly told she's too tall and too grotesque. It's pretty wild. Like, there's not a market out there for big bitches. You know what I'm saying? Cheers. Presentations I can do because I'm focusing the energy or the attention on something that's not myself. But when you're on stage and, like, literally you're supposed to say, "Look at me!" with your actions and your acting and your words and whatnot. You're not like, "Here's my PowerPoint. Please look over here at the PowerPoint." White coat syndrome, I have that hard. And I worked in hospitals. My gyno appointment the other day, my BP was 160 and she was like, are you okay? Did you literally just look at her and be like, "Are you a doctor?" Let's all just point out obvious things today. Too tall for cinema, same. I mean, it's pretty rare that you get extraneously tall people in film because that is hard to do. Like, no shit, Tom Cruise, part of his, what is it called? His thing with his dressing room. I can't remember what that's called, but basically what he requires to work a job, a stool. So he doesn't appear shorter than all the women on set. A stool. Because he's so fucking short. A rider, that's the word. Thank you, rider. That. I take a big bitch any time of the year. Me too. Who the fuck doesn't want more human to suck, grab, and touch and kiss? I've never understood that. Like, the more of the person I get to, the better. Amen. Gwendolyn Christie and Elizabeth Debicki. Okay, but what's the ratio of them to every single other actress and the likelihood of another tall bitch making it in who's not blonde and thin? I'm not just being bitter. Look at the facts. I've got a lot going against me is what I'm saying. Not only that, but I make porn. I've kind of blacklisted myself with a hand tattoo in my asshole, so it's fine. I'm doing fine. 1 in 10,000-ish, right? It's fine. I'm fine with it. Safi, my love, how are you? I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? We were talking about all the campaigns we've been in and how grateful I am to have met you. What's crazy, Mike, is that I don't understand. To this day, in the ICU, we'll usually do your blood pressure a couple times to get an average. And every time I go to a doctor's appointment, it's like they sit you down after weighing you in public. And I'm sorry if that doesn't hit home for you, you lucky fuck. But they literally take you out of the waiting room, make you get weighed in public in a fucking hallway, which... And then they immediately take your blood pressure. Can I sit for a few minutes and get over the fact that you just shamed me in a hallway of sick people? Thanks. Thanks so much. And now you're going to say my blood... No shit. No shit. It's probably going to be high for a few days because I'm not going to eat for a few days now because I'm fucking what? Come on, get out. Yeah. It doesn't... None of that makes sense. And I completely... I'm there with you. Bonding through trauma. Literally. I've had one date with a woman 6 foot or taller. I mean, we're pretty rare. It's like, I know that it's, if you know some 6 foot women, you'll probably be like, I know like 5, but we're like, it's like getting a new car. You get a new car and suddenly you see that car everywhere. We're actually pretty fucking infrequent. Like the average height in America, I think for women is like 5'5". I think. And that means half America's shorter than that, which is wild to me. I can't remember being shorter than 5'9". I'm just about 6 foot, and when I've been with a woman taller than me, it was fantastic. Right? I don't understand. CK, stop looking for excuses. Go bag some rolls. I'm too old. I've aged out. I have cellulite. Yes. I mean, if anything, it's to get away from fucking Elon. But for real, I truly think Blue Sky is better. there's something about the fact that I'm actually seeing posts in chronological order from the people I just follow, and I'm not just seeing retweeted porn by bots over and over and over and over and over again, or political bullshit trying to push Trump at me, is amazing. Like, I've been testing double posting on both, and like, I don't know my follower number because I don't really give a fuck, but I've got like 10,000 plus on Twitter, right? I've got maybe 450 on Blue Sky, and I get twice the interactions on Blue Sky. Like, genuine people responding.
I'm going to fuck you with Satan's cock.
So, like, the percentage of interactions, 10,000 followers versus 400, and just getting twice as many people actually seeing my post is great. Like, that's amazing, because Blue Sky's just functioning properly. Like, we say, I follow Safi, I want to see what Safi says. And it goes, oh my god, would you like to see what Safi posted in chronological order? Oh my fucking god, yeah. It's almost like that's why I'm here. And Twitter killed that. It was so long ago. I don't know what happened. But for a while, I mean, I used to, like, post on Twitter, like, funny things I thought of that I thought you guys would laugh at. I literally have just posted live announcements, or I'm late announcements for the past, like, 2 years. Because it was pointless. No one ever saw anything, because it would just be drowned out by all the bots and fake accounts that Elon said he was going to get rid of, or some bullshit. Anubis, thank you so much for subbing to the class. Keeping the classy alive and giving you any swings with that gifted sub from Najeel. I fucking appreciate you. 3 years of it. Oh my god.
3 years of a sub on a wall, bitch. Holy shit. Gobble, gobble, motherfucker. I appreciate you.
And thank you. I have to burp. Again, why? They say life doesn't start till 50. Death becomes her. I believe that. Gina Davis, 6 foot tall. Oh god, Gina Davis is gorgeous. She's still gorgeous. Her jaw, her like bone structure, stunning. Just stunning. Same with that other bitch I can never remember her name of, but Knives is obsessed with her. He's self-proclaimed this. She played Diana Zidecki or whatever. Zidecki? She's taller than me. I think her and Brienne of Tarth are both taller than me. I think they're both like 6'2", which it's just unfathomable. As someone who's 6 foot, I just can't stand it. That is crazy. It's only 2 inches, but I struggle with finding pants long enough for my legs. I don't know what they do. I guess at that height, you just become rich and get finely tailored items, or you give up. I don't know. She's gorgeous. I love her too. I just can never remember her name, and I know you like her, so I call you out to ask. Elizabeth Debicki. She's phenomenal. She also is in, she plays the Gold People. I can never remember which series it is, though. It's... Hold on, I'm gonna get there. Is it Guardians of the Galaxy? Is that the one? It is Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, yeah, the Sovereign. Yeah, she plays the Sovereign. She's so fucking funny. She's great. She's a great actress. I really like her. I'm just terrible with names. Debicki. I already forgot her first name. Elizabeth Debicki. Elizabeth Debicki. I'm gonna get it. The only time I was tall is in 6th grade, and then I stopped growing. I've never not been the tallest. I'm always like the mid-center of the back row in every class picture. No one got that tall. Uma Thurman's phenomenal too. Is she tall? I know she's got big feet. The Crown. The most recent thing I saw her was in The Crown. And she played a phenomenal. I don't know how they adjusted the heights of everyone for her in that show. That was crazy. Elizabeth Debicki. Ooh. That's a mnemonic that might actually work. She's 5'11". Fuck, she's super tall. Yeah, she's basically my height then. I'm 5'11" by the end of the day once my spine compresses. With no hips, I struggle. What? You think hips have anything to do with a belly? What? Bitch, I got fucking hips for days. Jiggle like pudding. What? What do you think hips are doing? Oh, that's ass. Well, you're squatting. You're getting there. Actually, Rod, if you go to Squat Academy, I don't know if you ever went to that YouTube that Vex got me on, but they did a new video recently that talks about how to lunge to get your ass perkier. Maybe you can get your pants. You're doing the fucking squats anyways. Pretty soon you won't be able to get your pants on. Welcome to my life. Ass. Wonderful earmuffs. Exactly. No, hips don't hold pants up. It's ass. Yeah, I got hips for days, and trust me, it's the ass part. But you're doing squats every day, dude. I'm surprised your jeans even fit anymore. My God. Rod does sometimes does mass amounts of squats for subs. It's fucking psychotic. If you want to follow Rod Johnston on Twitch, he usually streams in the evening because he has a normal day job. But no shit. There's no way your ass can't grow with the amount of squats you have done. That is crazy. Donkey kicks, scorpions kicks, lunges. Yeah, there's this. It's basically like a lunge that you then kind of go into a scorpion kick. So you're extending your hips. It's a really good hip stretch. It's a really good hip stretch. It feels really nice. I really like that. It gives me different things to do because I get bored with workouts. Thank you for shouting out, Rod. I appreciate you. I got that soccer deadlift ass. Belts are more for holding things. Yeah. 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 Rod's hips now slowly teasing out that premium belly button content every day. Hey. Bitches are into it. Fucking get it. No, I'm not there's no way your ass can't be growing. I'm being very serious, Rod. You do so many fucking squats. I squat to keep my ass round. There's no way you haven't gained muscle. They just want to see that ass. Can you blame them? Come on. I'm not judging. I mean, Dread. You want to do a head count? Raise your hand if you're currently working. I'd go so far as to easily over 50% of you right now are on the clock. Nothing wrong with that. We multitask, motherfuckers. That was me at the hospital. I quite literally had an earbud in, my cell phone in my pocket, and I probably had someone on all the time. Just listening to chat. Like Queen Lurker, I couldn't type or anything, but constantly, literally, yeah. It's like music in the background at a certain point. And no shit, this has been the way since the beginning of my streaming career. I remember this December 23rd, it'll be 10 years, which is fucking crazy. 10 years ago when I first started streaming, I would stream from 8 in the morning till 5 p.m. every day, and then I would study Kettering, and I was doing my licensing shit for respiratory. And people would be like, Katie, is it rude that I just like to listen like a podcast and I'm kind of working the whole time? And I was like, absolutely not. I remember that. That was one of the first things once I started, people actually normal people and not, the Nazi I had to fight for a while and etc. before I had a bot came into my chat. That was said a lot. And I'm like, absolutely not. What do you do all day if you don't have something going on in your ear? I didn't understand the concept that some of you can sit in silence. At that time, I was like, absolutely listen. What? Who doesn't? Sanity aid. I'm going to play a game while working. That's the best. We used to play that Pokemon gym game in the hospital. It was pretty fun. Working stiffs, dude. I mean, it's the same as listening to music, honestly, especially for most people who lurk. It's just listening to an album in the background or a podcast or something similar to that, except it's conversation. I completely understand and used to do the exact same thing all the time and still do when I'm cleaning and shit. Sheepishly, Dread. See? Ooh, Trouble, you took the whole week off? Nice. It's a 3-day week for the holidays. CK on the TV while I work? Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Do you guys have any good plans? Or are any of you cooking? I know some of you are. Did any of you just get a little jolt of, I want to say what I'm cooking now because I want to hear it. I know some of you are chefs and probably have been planning a menu for 6 months. What's the most exciting thing what are you most excited to prepare, cook, and or serve? Robo, the insanity that I'm sure we're both referencing but don't want to talk about because the world's on fire, which I absolutely appreciate, just hit me this morning that I am driving to Montana for Thanksgiving directly after a terrible election cycle. That was my very first thought when I woke up this morning. I was like, oh, fuck. I made choices. We've all made choices. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm going to bring marijuana. I'm going to see Colonel Sanders again, and he's going to wonder if I'm Antifa, and he's going to probably put his penis on me or something. Wear bubble wrap. I can put on a good show. I'm real good at, making people think I'm on their side, but really I'm just actively insulting them. They're just too stupid to pick up on it. You know, like people being like, oh my God, this is the best month ever. And I'd be like, it is. Wow. Cool. How's life? Interesting. Oh my God. I really super hope you get everything you voted for. And they're like, oh my God, you too. Huh. And then they go to bed that night and what I said hits them. And then they can't sleep and their heart races a little because they're not quite sure what I meant by what I said. And then they wake up the next morning with the same thought, just chewing a little bit more at the back of their mind. What the fuck did she mean? But she doesn't live here, so now I can't ask her. And she's gonna, And hopefully I steal some sleep. I don't know. Hopefully. We're gonna go to my aunt's on Thursday, but we cook for my parents on Saturday, getting pies from a local orchard. Fuck yes. Knives, that's what you should do. You should find like a farm or something that has local produce and buy pies from them because those pies are gonna be the best pies. Oh my God. No big plans, not cooking anything that I know of this year, but I did order a butterscotch white chocolate caramel cheesecake. Fuck off. I'd fuck that. That sounds really good. Butterscotch white chocolate caramel cheesecake. Yum. All of that. That just sounds like a mouthful of heaven. I'm going to Vegas to meet up with friends. Fuck cooking this year. Fuck yeah. Fuck cooking all the time. Smoke copious amounts of weed. That's basically my plan. Might. Same. As a woman presenting with a vagina, do I have permission to speak today? Shall I flog myself? Bad Katie. It's fucking so stupid and so real. I'm fine. You're fine. Look, I'm actually having to dig into this chapstick. It's almost gone. It's so close. Bourbon apple pie? I mean, Knives, you're an adult. Why not 2 pies? Oh, Anubis, that's creepy. No, you have to get that, but like, get more than one. There's too many horny fuckers in here. What did I do? Wait, I've already forgotten. What did I do? You know what, at this point, I don't even know what I could do that isn't gonna hit some horny fucker. I've learned about so many particular, likes and dislikes. Or just things that people are like, one of my favorite, no shit, I've been told one of my favorite things on a body is that bump right there. I do believe it's your acromion process coming off of your collarbone.
Turn it off.
But, you can't not be sexy anymore. It's crazy. Oh, pretend well, I mean, I'm not calling out anyone in particular, Sav. But some of us have a particular set of likes. So we might like to be smacked around a little. There's no shame in it. It's fine. As long as it's consensual and everyone's adults, it's fucking fine. Cheers. Buttermilk brined turkey. Turkey breast with mashed sweet potatoes, green bean casserole, rolls, and apple. I have a question on your brined turkey. I've recently been introduced to a new, I guess a conflicting opinion. I don't know. So, anytime you cook a bird, you dry it off, right? You dry it off and then you shove butter up under its skin or you butter it all over or whatever, oil it, however you do it particularly. So some people do a brine and then let it dry brine in the fridge for days. They're so convinced it has to be that fucking dry. You're forgiven, Saf. I love you. It's fine. Some like to be smacked around. Some like to be smacked by that person. As long as it's consensual and it's adults, fucking have fun. Isn't the thing now to show feet when? All the time? I'm not a foot person, so I wouldn't know. I've been told I have nice feet. I don't think they're just feet. But I don't. I have runner's feet. No one wants that. nothing. Yeah. I had fried turkey last weekend. I can never go back. I had fried turkey years ago. So long ago, I can't remember how good it was. So I've gone back. But I feel like like letting it dry out. I don't know if that changes it, but I know Crispy is a chef. So I always wonder. The post. What post? Oh, wow. That actually hits pretty real. Elon Musk is the Thomas Edison of this generation, and I mean that as a slur. Yeah, slur, questionable. You really could have just, I mean, I think it would have been fine and dandy. Elon Musk is the Thomas Edison of this generation. Because if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you're never, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kono. Like, you and I are well aware Thomas Edison was a piece of shit because we read. That would have hit fine with me. Just that. You didn't even need, I mean, a slur? Okay. Sure, maybe. Questionable, but yeah. Yeah. Dry skin crisps easier. Is that why? Okay. I was just curious. Plus, the milk sugars in the buttermilk will help with browning. Yum. It sounds delicious. I did, what's his name? Alton Brown's brine one year. It was fucking delicious, but it was intense. It was like days of a turkey in ice cold water, in like this bath of, I don't even remember. Lots of weird shit and allspice. I had to buy full allspice berries. That was weird. I remember that. Edison was kind of a cocksucker. It's truth. It's kind of ironic he owns a company called Tesla. It is ironic. Very fucking much ironic. Yes. So what I know about the Edison Tesla, it's so bizarre and so obscure, but no shit. In my college town, I don't live there, nobody lives there, Bellingham, Washington. If you ever want to go, they quite literally have one of Tesla's Tesla coils in a museum of electricity, and it's fascinating. And I dated an electrical engineer for many years, and so we went, and it was fucking cool. And they have a show that's like $20 where you get to sit like 10 feet from that coil, and it goes off. It's so loud and it's so scary, and you can pay $50 to sit in the cage and have it strike you, and people they propose in there and shit, apparently. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. And they give you a little splurble and you learn a little bit about it. And essentially there was a battle of the AC/DC thing, and Thomas Edison just like lied and spread a bunch of slander, which killed all of Tesla's ideas to spread electricity, and we got stuck with Edison electricity. Cliff notes. He was a lion stealing sack of shiza, right? It's been years since I learned this. Just very, very familiar with piece of shit. Didn't really do much, which is super similar to Elon. And the irony is that Elon owns a company called Tesla. Is that like the cliff notes of it? Cool. I don't remember all the specifics. It's pretty wild. He would sabotage the competition. There you go. Edison electrocuted an elephant to push the lie. Ew. I didn't know about that part. That made my heart sad. Fuck him. Wow, he's so much worse. Edison smear campaign Tesla while rimming the then biggest money in the US and Euro. There you go. And like, just to add insult to injury, I kind of told you guys about this recently, but I listened to a podcast that was the history of the electric chair, because that's the kind of person I am, and that's what I go to sleep to. Here we are, kids. And first interesting fact, the electric chair was invented by a dentist. Second interesting fact, Edison got in on it, and because Edison got in on it and was pushing his idea of AC versus DC electrical theory, blah, 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 shit I don't understand and can only repeat and cannot even explain to you, he went in and was like, this is what we need to do to prove to people that electrocuting people Tesla's way is bad. They roasted someone for like 8 minutes until their brain calcified hard. The first person ever electrocuted in the electrical chair, that's what happened to them, because Tesla was trying to do all this. Like, it was connected to that. Or not Tesla, excuse me, Edison. He went that far. So, like, you guys just informed me of the elephant. He went worse. He did it to a fucking human being that was going to be executed regardless, but they were trying to find a more humane way to execute people other than hanging them. It's fucked. Fucked. Yeah, DC dual current, AC alternating current, right? I remember so little, but I did date an engineer for a while, so I picked up a little bit. Here and there. I would presume the chair was a harness for dental work and keeping them in place, very much so. And they had like a hard helmet on and shit. It was crazy. I mean, I won't go. It was disgusting. It's disgusting. David Bowie's the most magnificent Tesla ever. The Prestige was a year before I knew it was Bowie. No shit. And then Edison fucked it up literally and made it horror. Made it a horror. Yes, I did. Thank you. Salt. Oh my God, I love salt, fat, acid, heat. She did a turkey? Oh. She's one of the most interesting people. I watched that whole series. If this was on the series, I probably saw it, but I'll probably watch that again. I love her. She's so fucking fun. Her passion for food is awesome. Direct current. Sorry. Direct current, alternating current, right? A horse? God, that's gross. I've seen all of Bob's Burgers, but not in a bit. I'm actually currently just started rewatching it, so I'll probably get there soon. Whatever happened to a good old-fashioned beheading? They took, no shit, in this podcast it talked about that. They took the facial twitches as the person didn't die right away. Yeah. So, that's why. Which is fucked, because that probably was the most humane way, because it cuts your central nervous system off from everything that's going to hurt from the beheading, and you're just going to go from loss of blood real quick. I don't know. Gross. We don't need to. But yeah, I don't know. That literally said they took the facial twitching for signs of life, because the man I listen to's got a very northern accent. That's not how he says it. I'm sorry, I'm terrible in American. The US is looking back into wireless power transference. No shit, like Tesla was working on, so there's a bit of good coming down the line, hopefully. Cross fingers. That'd be incredible. I mean, the fact that it just got lost to time, such an incredible... It's just sick. The fact that it's just a museum artifact that is loud and obnoxious and you pay to see is crazy. Edison had a few good inventions, but so many ones he stole or at least took the credit for. Yeah, and the sabotaging your competitor when your competitor's energy was just better and you knew it was... It's just another case of you don't care about people, you care about money. They probably didn't, but you won't feel pain. I mean, you get the opportunity to get one last fuck you before you actually die. It's true. Yeah, really. I would try. I would try. You get the opportunity to get one last fuck you before you die. I love that. Take two. Oh, I'm excited. I'm not pro death penalty, just to be 100% clear. I feel like I don't need to say that. I feel like that's pretty... I feel like that's pretty apparent. But just because this is a really dark topic, I do not support killing people. Death penalty. What's the term for it? No, it's the is there another term for it, or is it just death penalty? Or better yet, how about we not commit murder and claim it's justice? Capital punishment. Yes, I do not. In any way, shape, or form. At all. I also don't think solitary confinement is right. Like, there are people who shouldn't be allowed in society anymore, and unfortunately, those people don't go to prison, and that's crazy. But yeah, capital punishment, any of that, no. Like, how can anyone say they have a right to take someone's life, regardless of the crimes they've committed? Just keep them away from people they can commit crimes on. Like, I don't, yeah. If rehabilitation is possible, that, and at the end of the day, like, barring horrific mental psychoses that cause you to commit, murder, rape, etc., like, if we can't give room for people to grow, change, and rehabilitate, then what are we asking for? Yeah. So, yeah, I've read too many studies on solitary confinement. That is one of the most cruel things you can possibly do to a human being. It's... I can't. I mean, I'm the queen of a shut-in, but man, that solitary confinement is a scary fucking concept. I don't think that's right. You want actually working power transmission without wires, lasers. My cousin's working on that right now. No shit. Is that like, and please excuse me if this is stupid, but like, I just blanked.
Turn it off, Willard.
Optics wires, where it's light? What's the word I'm looking for? It was there and just... With our justice system, no, I do not think they get it right, so I don't want to let them kill people. No. I mean, how do you? It's crazy. The more I listen to, like, true crime or psychological studies and stuff, it's like, human memory is so fallible. I just don't know how you can... There's no way. It just doesn't make sense. Strident? That's okay. You can be sassy. I've switched from bar deodorant to spray. Do you use the spray on the pits or just spray the body? It depends. So some deodorants are labeled all over deodorant and some are labeled for pits. And I think the pit ones are just going to have like more of a chance of a white residue being left on the pit. I've used spray pit though. You basically just do like a until you feel that cold, like, oh, that's alcohol on your pit. And then let it dry for a second and then you're done. And that's it. But this is a very recent phenomena. This like all over body deodorant.
Now, I'm going to fuck you.
I don't know much about that.
Satan's cock.
Fiber optics, Fiber optics. Is it similar to fiber optics? Like similar concept? They do it both through the air and using fiber optic cables. Cool. See, I know a little, I can put things together. My friend's getting his PhD in criminal justice, and we were talking about solitary confinement, and yeah, it doesn't take long for people to lose their minds. It has a crazy effect on the psyche. I think it's cruel. Yeah. There's no way you're gonna, like, it's not a punishment. That is cruel torture. Like, you don't learn anything from that. No one's being rehabilitated by being put in solitary confinement. It's weird. It seems like abuse. I think it is. I don't know. I've just listened to a lot of studies and read a lot about it, and in my opinion, that's abuse. And we're no better than a criminal if we're going to abuse and kill people. Especially when you're executing people who are mentally handicapped, who have psychoses, who just never had access to any mental health care whatsoever, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. Basically setting people up to not do well in life. It's not palatable. It's not. It's making money, which is why our prisons are full of like low offense committers, like pot offenders and sex workers, not pimps, etc. Because that makes money. It's disgusting and racist. Theory, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings. I fucking appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexy and pure sober consent. That's a lot of months. Just dry spray. No idea. I don't know. Like I think this is my personal opinion, Vile. I think that full body deodorant that is suddenly I'm seeing it on shelves and shit, a spray. It's the new Axe. It's an excuse not to bathe. If you wash your body at least once a day, like just give yourself a good rinse, put on some pit stick, you should be good. The only time your whole body is getting stank-a-lanky is when you sitting and fucking marinating in it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to let you know, Axe, body spray, body, whatever, it ain't covering up shit. All I smell is shit and body spray. And I'm like, oh, okay. I smell chicken grease and body spray. It's not covering up anything. Stop that. Just bathe. Give yourself a slut bath. Seriously. Just go get yourself some wet wipes if you must. There's nothing wrong with a little whore bath in a sink. But yeah, Axe baths. Oh. That was like the end of high school for me. I don't know if Axe was the first one to come out, but when those like all the boys would come out of the men's locker room just like in a cloud of it, and it made you want to vomit. And they're all like, I don't know why no one will fuck me. Huh. Me neither. It's the human Febreze. It's gross. Shit's gross. I love a nice cologne or a nice perfume that's subtle and gentle, and I can't smell it from 10 feet away. I'm the first person to be like, that's tasty. I like nice smells, but that's not it. He said that a lot of people are put in solitary confinement because there's a huge shortage of guards, so it's easy to put people in there and not have to worry about them. Gross. Gross, 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 gross. 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 I know you agree. Gross. That is it. Gross. Yeah, just like a nice spritzer. Mm-hmm. It's a new product, yeah. It's a new product to sell to consumers. That's it. And people, like, anytime I see a new product, I think about it and I'm like, why? Why is that needed? Did they create a need for it? Because you see it on the shelf and you're like, suddenly like, do I need a full body spray? Am I not complete without a full body spray? Why is that there next to the deodorant? That's literally like capitalism, right? Create a problem, create the solution for it, and sell the solution. Just fucking wash. I don't mind Axe deodorant. I can't. The smell is synonymous with body odor now. If I smell Axe, I swear I smell body odor at the same time because it was just used to cover up dirty body. First, everyone did it. They were like, oh, I don't have to shower. And like, there's nothing. No shit. Febreze, Axe, etc. There's no way to cover up or like destroy an already present smell. What it does is basically it had a chemical that would the bond would break and it would be released in the air when you used it, or that would cause you not to smell anymore. But anybody else that had to smell you 15 minutes later smelled horrific BO plus Axe, because that substance that immediately breaks on contact with air and dissipates into your nose is now gone. So I'm not getting any nosing effect. And that's what Febreze, I don't know if it does this anymore, but that's what Febreze used to do. We had to like do this experiment in college to actually prove it. It was weird. Basically, you spray Febreze all over your shitty house, and your nose gets numbed, but all your guests that show up 15 minutes later smell shit in Febreze. So they're like, oh wow, you didn't clean, and you thought we'd be fooled by the Febreze. Asshole. It's crazy. If you do proper hygiene, most of the stuff you don't need. It's very true. I mean, all of us are getting sweaty, and if you eat something garlicky, it's very nice to wear some deodorant, I think. That's just like, especially if you're going to a public gym, that's just common courtesy. But if it's like you smell the day before your normal shower day, the day you smell is the day to shower. Because the smell, this is so gross, but kind of fun. The smell that is being produced, i.e. the chicken smell from greasy hair, the pit smell, that is bacterial waste from the bacteria feeding on your sweat and your body oil. So essentially, our body odor is just this constant cloud of bacterial farts that hovers around us all the time, telling everyone within 5 feet, oh, we didn't bathe. So, there you go. If that hits home, I don't know what else will. But you do you, boo-boo. You do you. I had a friend back in Ohio who was allergic to Febreze. I always thought I was allergic to it because I smelled the shit and the Febreze, and I was like, I know my roommate's using this to cover up the litter box he refuses to change, but like, what the fuck is this smell? Same press. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe a delicate, like, I like the smell. I like natural smells, like fall, the smell of the leaves and the crisp air and all that. I love the smell of a campfire or a fire pit outside. Like, I like those smells. But like, when you light a fake ass candle or spray lavender Febreze everywhere, it's like so artificial and overwhelming. It's kind of just nauseating. It's not normal. I don't know. There's something about that. Oh my God, Kona. It was so bad. This guy had one of these litter boxes that was like a tub with a hole in the top, so the cat would crawl in the hole and then use the litter box and then crawl out. It was an actual litter box, but bless his heart, it was horrible. He would just pour more litter on in the box. Until it was all the way to the top and the cat could only use the available square. That's what it was when I moved in. I changed the way things worked. This was a house with a bunch of roommates, and I was like, this is not the way we're gonna live. I love my cat. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's not love. That got changed fast. That was wild. It was like, and it was the quarter bath or whatever, the half bath. As soon as you walked into the duplex, like you faced that door that was the bathroom, that's where it was. So the moment you walked into my duplex, it was like ammonia would just make your eyes water. It was, and this was a friend of mine. I mean, long story short, dealing with some deep, deep, dark depression. It's fine. Like, the cat, we fixed the issue. We learned. But, oh my fucking God. No exaggeration. Immediate, just ammonia, water. Or, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's a 3-month-old litter box. Okay. I know. Can't handle clothing smells like Glade stuff or scented candy. Yeah, they're artificial. The Febreze, I use it to spritz in the cat litter after cleaning, but not smudge or Nag Champa. For like overall, I love Nag Champa. I have not smelt that shit in so many years. That's one of my favorite smells. I used to go into like new age stores and look at crystals just because they always smelled like that, and it smelled so nice. Robo, if you're not getting actively sweaty and dirty, literally, even my dermatologist says, like, at most, a rinse, like, that's really all humans need. Whereas what happens is we either go one direction, where a lot of people did this, like, I bathe once a week because my body only needs it that way and whatever. Or we're like, I dip myself in bleach every day because I'm scared of bugs. And it's like, there's a happy middle in there where you are genuinely, like, hygienically clean, but you're not stripping your body of all of its natural oils and all of its natural good stuff that keeps your skin from cracking and busting open and looking gross. You know what I mean? There's a happy middle in there, and I think it's different for everybody. Like, I jump in that shower once a day, but I'm not always, like, using soap or soaping my hair or anything like that. Sometimes it's just because I ran on the treadmill and got sweaty. But if I straight up shampooed my hair twice a day with how much I usually run, my hair would fall out. That's so bad for your scalp. The reason my hair grows so fast and is so thick and healthy is because I don't do that. I wash it probably every other day. There's a fruit fly, and I'm going to murder it. I use oil cleansers on my face almost exclusively now. I don't put soap on my face at all. That shit made me break out so bad. Yes, same. I found I'm so much drier as I'm older, and I try to drink water because of that. I just realized I owe a stretch and a hydrate, by the way. Every 4 days for me, right? And you've got all that volume and all that hair, though. The longer your hair gets, the less you should wash it with shampoo. And I'm not just saying that to be nice. Like, when my hair was to here, I was about the same. When my hair, I mean, you can't even see it. My hair was literally, like, to my hip bone. I would wash it once every 4 days, but it's because the longer your hair is, the more time it takes for all the oils on your scalp to reach the ends of your hair, where it's actually, like, keeping the hair together. So if you find yourself having a hard time growing long hair and it's always breaking off, it might be because you're over stripping it and literally, like, abusing your scalp to a certain point. But there's a happy medium, because washing your scalp and unplugging all of those pores of oils actually encourages and increases hair growth and new hair growth. So if you go too long and the pores on your head get clogged, you're actually discouraging hair growth, and you can encourage balding. There's a happy medium. It's never like, black and white. There's always a happy middle, and I think it's different for everybody. I'm a super active person and sweaty, so I rinse a lot. But I'm not, like, fucking putting soap all over my body and sudsing every single time I go in there. I would be so crispity crunchy. Oh my God. You wash your slutty spots. And by that I mean your sweaty spots. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's really bad for your skin. What oil cleanser did you get, Press? Just curious. In the South, there's an afternoon rinse. Literally that, stand in the shower, not about soap, but everything that's exactly it. I started doing it, I think, when I lived in Maryland. Because Maryland gets that fucking 110 degree, 5,000% humidity where you're like, is it sweat or the air? Nobody knows. Everything's wet. And it just feels nice to rinse off. But there's no soap involved because you're not trying to strip your skin, because it's really bad for you. And it actually, like, the greasier, like, not the greasier you are in is the longer you let grease develop on your skin. But if you're the type of person where you get out of the shower and immediately see those dots on your nose, you just tend to be an oily person. You actually age physically slower than people who are dry. Dry skin has less collagen in it and therefore wrinkles faster and holds smile lines and shit. Whereas if you're greasy, naturally, not just marinating in it, hate that I have to say that, but you will age like we age better, I guess. In the South, there's an afternoon rinse. Yeah, totally. I don't sweat a lot. My hair only gets greasy every 4 to 5 days, right? It's different for everybody, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just being conscientious of your own body and realizing where your point is. I think all of us can feel the difference when our hair, like, I took a bath last night, and my hair is, like, that annoying soft, where it's, like, too soft, and it won't really stay where I want it to be. And in a couple of days, it'll be that point where I do this, and it stays. And I'll be like, now's the day. Now we wash it, because it stays like it's got gel in it, and it's got no gel. I don't use hair products, so, like, that's easy for me. If you use crunchy shit, I don't know what to do about that. That sucks. But like mine, I can just naturally tell. Like right now it's too soft and it moves a lot. Eventually it'll be like, I like gel. That's wash day. But that's just, everybody's different, honestly. I don't think there's a perfect for everyone. And I think if we all tried to do that, some of us would end up with crunchy skin. And like there's some people who are just naturally oily and have really fine hair. If they don't rinse every day, their hair does that grease stay thing every day. And I completely understand. I fucking hate it's the grossest feeling. Like, I would wash my hair too. I completely understand. It's just different for everybody. I've got thick, coarse, this shit. So my hair soaks up oil like nobody's business. By the way, you know what I noticed recently? All the silver in my hair. You see all of that? I haven't grown the brown out for a while, but it's like a lot. What's it like? Oh my God. It's not too bad. Or it is. Would you say salt and pepper? Have I reached the peak horizon of salt and pepper hair? Oh no. I need to bleach it. True, I got shoulder length hair and I wash them every 3 to 5 days. Don't care, I like it, right? No. I think it's personal. I truly do. No, none of us could follow someone else's routine and have the same. We all have such different hair. I shouldn't just strip all the oils from my hair and trimmer when it's... well... You have to use your mouth. I have hair that comes in whites. That's these. I think there's... I don't know. How do you tell if it's white or silver? These guys, right in my eyebrows. Like right here at the beginning of my eyebrow, I have white hairs now. Which is awesome. My eyebrows have finally chosen to grow back, guys. White. Cool. Great. I hope for silver just because it's shiny. No shit, Press, that's so hot though. Like the burns? See, and I'm like, grow out your natural hair. That's kind of hot though. I think I would. It's pretty silver. I can't tell because there's still a lot of bleached hair, but I just noticed with the amount of grow, I can see these silver baby hairs. The aging is happening. I was gonna say, Knives, have you ever had someone, not chemically, but just like straighten your hair for a day just to see how long it is? I guess nipples. Is it about nipples? Is it about nipples? Please ignore me. Did it just happen like really short? Did it happen like kind of overnight, Crispy? Because that's what I feel like. My hair just kind of went very salt and pepper overnight. I've always had that big chunk right there. That's been there since I was in high school. But the rest of it has recently. I think it's silver. Is it? Do you sparkle? I don't know. Nipples! I blame COVID. That strike in the middle, I blame college. That was one gray hair until I went to college. And I would pluck it, and then 5 more blossomed. And I know that's a myth, that like hair is like Hydra. I swear, stress was like, oh. Oh, really? Right out the middle of my head. I've had that forever, but I blame college. Constant cortisol floating through your system's got to be shitty. Somewhere, I heard nipples and was drawn from my work. We were talking about Knives nipples. Are you still excited? Straightening out, it's a very big... It's not been straightened if it's still an afro. Vis asked me to straighten her hair. Like... white girl straight. And I did, and wow, her hair is crazy long. Like, it was, it does like this. I think it was this stack on her head with how tight her curls are. And I got it here. I believe you, but also, it was straightened like round brush product, hair dryer, layer by layer by layer, and then with a hot iron squeezed layer by layer by layer down the scalp. They didn't do it right, or they used a shitty straightener. I'm straight up, I mean, that's just, I've seen the tightest curls in the world go flat. It's possible. That's no offense to whatever shit did that, but that. You know what I'm saying? This is okay. Dude, I'd straighten the shit out of your hair. It'd probably take a while. You have a lot of hair. I mean, really, I just want one, like, I'd probably take like an inch square right here, because that's like your healthiest hair. And just, you could probably just pull it down and see how truly long that is. Like, smooth that one curl out. You wouldn't even need to straighten your whole head. But as someone with coarse hair, so the way that I have, no shit, to get my hair like this, it's putting that much of it up, round brush blowing, and then a straight iron 3 times. And then taking down a centimeter of hair. Like that. Round brush product, blow dry, straighten down my fucking skull. Next, and literally layer by layer by layer by layer by layer like that. And then as soon as I get halfway, all that hair here that you've straightened, you now have to put in a clip and hold it against your head, because the heat and the humidity from your scalp will start to make it curl again, and it'll start to raise up off your head. I'm saying there's a science to it. I've got literal horse hair. It's the worst. It's the worst. It can be done. It can be done. We have the technology. It just is so much time that honestly, like when I used to straighten my hair when it was long like that, I would commit to that. I wouldn't wash it for like 7 days, because it would take me 4 hours to get all that hair fucking out, blow dried. It has to be like, the key to straight hair is drying it beyond recognition. Like, if you have any moisture in your head or against your scalp at all, it won't stay straight. It'll crimp, or it'll start to go frizz, which makes it stand up like that. You remember the hair when we were in high school, Knives? No shit, that bone straight hair that everyone did, and it would be like this across their face, and all the hairs here would be like, because they were fried to fuck. I used to do that to my hair every day. In high school, I used to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, shower, wash, blow dry, and straighten my hair like that every day. It's a miracle I'm not bald. I think about that sometimes. Like, you know, the copper plated or whatever, the metal plated old school straighteners against my scalp, like, I don't know how we have hair. The things I'd have an oxy pad stuck to my nose, toothpaste on my pimples, fucking straightening my wet hair at 4:30 in the morning. Disgusting. The fact that I have any hair at all is a fucking goddamn miracle. Did I shower? I've never, oh my God. I could probably get a perm. My hair's pretty hardy, but I've never had to do that because I have really curly hair. Naturally. It's pretty fucking out. You guys saw it the other day. You guys got a rear. Why? Oh, I went to sleep with a bun in. And the other day on stream, I took that bun out and it literally was here. It was like, it was a rare vision of those curls that I fry straight because I hate them. Yep, toothpaste and St. Ives. Oh my God. Horror, horror. My hair is one of the 2 things I've ever received compliments on. Fuck yeah, it sounds like you kind of hang out with mean people. They should compliment you on more things. People should feel better about complimenting each other. I'm on a week shampoo cycle, but hey, movie nights have done wonders for my hair care routine. I do my skincare routine during movie nights and my nails. I sit here and like oil my cuticles and push them back and do all my little things. And I'm just like, I'm so feminine. Look at me go. Light and love. I missed, it was 2 seconds because I can't stand it. I saw a meme about curly hair recently that really hit home. It was like, one person, oh my God, your curls are so beautiful, you're so lucky. The person with the curls, these fucking mystical bitches never lay the same twice. I have no idea who I'm gonna be from day to day. How dare you look them straight in the eye. Now they're wrong again, thanks. Curls. My hair literally is like just huge spirals, and I left it wet, and so it curled, and it was like this, like a halo of pink around my head. I look like a psychopath. They're just huge and unmanageable and untamable, and it's like, what do you do? It's because my hair touches my face. It goes forward, and it gets like this short, and then it touches my face, and I want to die. I fucking can't stand hair touching my... Absolutely not. So I burn it and bleach it until it looks lifeless and gross, but it's manageable. If you have naturally curly hair, you know exactly what I mean. Every day is a new adventure. Like, did I lay on it weird? Did it get pushed up one side? Is one side flat and I have to like spritz water at it and hope for the best? Like, curls are just a pain in the fucking ass. And I don't want to deal with my hair every day. I'm very low maintenance with hair. I just want it to exist. Korean naan pics. I'm really excited. Don't look if you have no interest in delicious food. Sir might fuck that up. Yum! Dude, that's so cutely plated. I have to show you. Did you make your naan? Did you just fucking make naan? Just no shade if you didn't. I don't make anything. I'm just really impressed if you did. This is why I'm braid my hair for the week. I can't wait till my hair's long enough to braid or something. I loved it, like, when Vissy cut it, and for about 4 months afterwards, it was perfect. And now I'm at this, if you know, the awkward length where it touches you. We don't like it. It's either got to be shorter or longer, and I'm growing it out so I can put it in a bun. That looks fucking delicious. I've never made any of this. I'd eat the shit out of that, though. I love Indian food. Naan, though. There's a special kind of naan. It's called, like, Kashmiri naan, Kashmir naan, something naan, where it's got, like, sweet in it. Like, in the bread, it's got sweet bits of, like, fruit or something like that. That one's really good. You don't find that in the U.S. very often, but it's really good. Headphones, they're built in. I mean, no shit. When I don't have headphones on, I'm ready to go. It's always something to get the fuck out of your face. It could be dark out, and I'm this. And people are like, why do you have sunglasses on? Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Peshwari. I want to say it might be raisins and coconut. I don't know. It's stuff that normally I don't like, but when it's baked into the naan, it's so good. Oh my god. Kashmir naan. That. If it's Peshwari, I don't know where the fuck I got Kashmir naan, and I apologize. Maybe there's another type of naan like that, but it was really good. When that happens, I just push it back into the afro. Oh, there's a curl hanging off my head right in the middle of my face right now, and you just shove it in. Well, that'd be nice. I can't do that. I don't know if my curls don't work like that. My curls are more like, Medusa snakes. Oh, you don't want us? Straight in my eyeball. I once had an era in high school where I feel like I'm gonna burp again, sorry. I changed my hairstyle completely every single day, changing where I parted it, fringe. How would you do that every day? And it took until my friend, have you noticed I do XYZ before people noticed? Interesting. I changed my hair a lot. I've always changed my hair a lot, but every day. Damn, that's a lot. I have no patience for hair at all. Now, I am now.
And now commence the mouth fuckery. Fuck that bowl.
I would. Fuck yes. I can't hold myself back from that. I eat when I'm excited. Oh. Kashmir is a place in India. Maybe I went to like a Kashmir Indian restaurant and had that naan for the first time. Maybe that's why it stuck. I don't know. Are they? Okay, it's Kashmiri and Peshwari. I've probably had both because both are very familiar, and I think they're sweet naan. They're fucking good. If you ever see them anywhere, highly suggest trying it out. We need to take a break. We've been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I'm out of beverage. Deeply out of beverage. Stretch your legs, get a drink. Eventually, we're gonna play some Borderlands with Vis. We're just chilling. She has therapy and stuff, so we're no pressuring. one must attend to their brain. Load a bowl, pee after sex, all of those things. Wash your hands. Snuggle a pup. Hi, Bubba. What are you doing? Oh, yeah. That's a lot. Can you refrain from cussing in front of my audience? Thank you. You want to go outside? Yeah. All right, break time. Stretch your legs, pee your pants, do all those things. I'll be right back. Mental health is my number one, in my opinion, and we do not rush that kind of thing at all. So we just been chilling. This song is very summery. Which one? Oh, Lean On. This one. This one. This song is a little, yeah. It'll get winterier by the time it's summer again. It'll happen. Do you ever have bands you listen to during certain seasons? Like, I listen to a lot of Queens of the Stone Age in the summer, but not so much in the winter. In the fall, I listen to a lot of, like, Kings of Leon. More, like, bluesy shit. I don't know. But I definitely have music like that. Let me see. I'm going to change our category. Country in the summer. Yep, I can't. Yeah. Like, even the, like, folky, dark southern stuff I listen to is definitely more like summer, end of summer, fall. I even have shows like that are like my winter shows, which is interesting. Interesting. And they're not necessarily winter themed or summer themed, but like True Blood, I would never watch it in the winter. Weird. I don't know. Never really thought about the show part, but definitely have something like that. And I, like an adult, I downloaded Borderlands 2. So if we beat this, which I'm hoping we do, we can roll right into it. If they're ready, I'm ready. Just have to do the audio shit. But other than that, we're fine. Does Vissy hate it? Look at me adulting. To be fair, Glut reminded me, and I wrote it huge on my hand. Like, there's a very faint BL2 download with Sharpie right there. I wrote it over my tattoo. So, to be fair, it was adulting with an assist. But it works. It all works the same. I go hard with video games during the winter is more. Me too. And reading. I read a lot more in the wintertime, definitely, because I'm like trapped inside due to the cold. Yeah. Have a beautiful time, therapy. Have a beautiful time, Vissy, with therapy is what I meant to say. My God. Take your time. Take care of your brain. I love you. To be fair. Motherfuck. I had a video I wanted to show you guys while we were waiting. I thought was funny. I sent it to a couple people on Instagram, but I just watched it again and it made me laugh again, so I have to show it to you now. It's nothing. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's funny and it's going to be muted. Ooh. I started book 2. Dude, hold on. What the fuck? Stop. I got it stopped. Oh, can I unmute it? Yeah. Okay. No shit. I can't even. 2 nights ago, because it's Kindle, because it's on Kindle Unlimited or whatever. Literally finished book 1, which the ending is hilarious. The like achievement earned. You finished a book or you read a book. Good job. Good you. That made me laugh a lot. It literally was like, hey, look, book 2 is available. You want to do that right now? I was like, yep, and just immediately rolled into book 2. Mongo. I'm terrified. Every time they introduce a character that's insanely cute and lovable and kind of difficult, and I'm probably going to be annoyed with them at first, but probably fall in love with them and want them to stay alive, they're going to die! I'm hardwired by, like, Game of Thrones. Don't love anyone. Don't tell me anything. Don't say anything. It's just and because the dungeons are the way the dungeons are in these books, it's, like, very much unforgivable. People are dead. Their crawlers kill each other and shit. Like, it's horrible. There are some horrible parts in these books. Like, they're really heart-wrenching. I've only finished one, and I'm, like, a quarter of the way in the next one. But they're so well done. I'm not kidding you, Rod. I dreamt in Dungeon Crawler Carl last night. I'm glad you said something, because I wanted to tell you. I literally dreamt in Dungeon last night. That's how much I've been reading it. It's crazy. No, don't see... I know you won't. I know you won't. If anybody else has read it or listened to it, no spoilers. But I dreamt in Dungeon. Like, I woke up in that, like, oh my God, did I just dream about Dungeon? Like, I'm so into it. It's just so well done. It's a book written for gamers. I fuck you not. Like, I could read you some passages from it. You literally, I just went through, at the beginning of book 2, you basically have to pick your class and your race. And it's just, the options are unlimited. They're crazy. They're so wild. They're all over the place. And it breaks them down in bold italics, like in a video game. There's an AI in his head. Like, I hardly believe, I have a hard time believing, if you've never played a video game in your life, this book would be almost hard to grasp. The way that it's described and the way it's broken down and the way things are translated to you, like these AI voices in your head and shit that bring your UI up that you can control with your brain. Dungeon Crawler Carl. There's 7 books so far. Rod got me addicted. I just finished the first. They're really quick reads. I mean, I barely get time to read, like, between movie night and stuff like that, so I'm usually, like, busting out some chapters before I go to bed. Read how you want to read them, but no shit. Like, Socrates blasted through the first one in a day. They're very easy. It jumps into action immediately, and it never stops. It's not a lot of sitting around talking about feelings or emotions. If that's happening, it's a conversation between the two characters. Like, they even have a chat. Like, I don't know how to describe that. Like, if you're playing a game, like an MMO, and, there's a chat box, they have a chat log between themselves, and the book makes that very clear when they're talking in the chat, when there's someone else around so that person can't see what they're saying to each other. It's wild. It's so good. Please read them. It's so well done. It's so ridiculous. It's great. You'll love it. No shit. I just started listening to those on Audible a little while ago, and I haven't listened to anything audio from it yet because I don't want to ruin. Like, I'm afraid I'll confuse myself because I've already gotten through a book in a quarter. Like, I've already got what the characters sound like to me in my head. A little bit, like with Donut and Carl and just certain characters. I have how I view them, and I don't want to listen to the audio ones and have it, like, confuse me and put new voices in my head, so I'm going to listen to those when I'm done. Because Rod literally flew through the seventh book and immediately went to go listen to them, so I have a feeling that's exactly what I'll probably do. They're just really good. Really good. If you're a gamer, you'd love them. They're really well done. It sounds like a leveling man. What? You're on book 5? Oh, I'm excited. I'm only on book 2, but it's just so good. I mean, I literally dreamt of it last night. I don't dream a lot. Like, I'm not a normal dreamer. Definitely. Oh, Korean comics. Oh, no shit. It's kind of like that. Like, the way that it starts out is just... I don't want to spoil it. You find out all this information very early in the book, basically what's going on, like, within the first couple chapters. But, essentially, Earth was planted with humans thousands of years ago by some aliens that run this huge corporation in the universe that run a TV show. And when a planet is ripe for harvesting, they harvest all the minerals they can, and anyone that survives said harvesting gets thrust into these dungeons that are then video cast across the universe for people to watch, sponsor, kind of like live Twitch a little bit, but it's like real murder, dismemberment, mayhem. But it's like designed around D&D. Like classes and levels and how you gain skills by using skills and shit like that is very D&D-esque, like extremely. And it's so good. It's so fucking good. I can't even tell you. So good. But it jumps, I mean, within the first chapter, you find out all that information and it jumps straight into the dungeons. Like, you're there pretty quick and you learn more about why the dungeons and all of that, the politics of it and shit, as you go through the book. I'm not going to spoil any of it. Oh, you actually got the Princess Donut shirt? Shut up. Hold on. Oh. I love it so much. Princess Posse, official fan club member, Earth Division, death to all Cocker Spaniel. Okay. I want to say, how do I have a theory about the Cocker Spaniel, but I don't know yet. But this is the shirt. And it's really, I mean, it's because it's on my fucking camera, but Princess Donut is a cat. So essentially, Carl is one of the survivors of the mineral harvest, and the reason he survives is his cat jumps out his window of his apartment, and he jumps out to get the cat right at the exact moment the mineral harvest goes down, which is, I won't spoil it, but essentially how most people on Earth die. It's crazy. And so he's holding a cat, and then all of a sudden this AI voice comes into his head, like a video game that's like, welcome survivors, if you are blah, 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 and it goes on forever. You read it if you want to, and it says, like, as soon as this message ends, entrances to dungeon level 1 or whatever will open all across the globe. Enter if you want, don't enter if you don't want, but once you enter, you can't leave. And out of instinct, he grabs his cat and jumps into one of the entrances, which is like a light coming out and a stairway down. Just randomly appears in the ground. And that's how it starts. And it's crazy. It just like sets off like that. Just like, why? It's wild. It's so good. So good. I highly suggest reading it. It's great. The stat points and shit, but they make sense and it's not overwhelming. I don't know. I feel like it's laid out really well. It's called Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'll pull it up. Hold on. Rod got me hooked on it because he kept talking to me about it, and I was literally, I was forcing myself through a book I wasn't enjoying, really. And Rod just over and over was like, please read this series. Like, stop fucking torturing yourself with series you hate. Because I kept starting them and being like, I started it though, I gotta finish. And finally I just gave up and I was like, you know what? I need a book I'm enjoying, and I flew through this book as fast as I possibly could. But this is the cover of it. Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman. And for those of my Pacific Northwesties, I know my locals from my home, the author's from Whidbey Island, I believe. It says it at the end, I can't remember. He's literally from the Pacific Northwest. He's like a punk, he's a bass player in a punk band. And then writes these books on top of it. And they're just wild. They're insane. But he's from the Pacific Northwest, which I thought, so there's like, and I think Carl actually is from the Seattle area, right? If I remember. Because towards the beginning of the book, as he crawls the first dungeon, he's talking about, he's like, if I'm going north, like, he knows where he went down. So he's like, now I'm under the Cascades, I think, or I'm under the Pacific, or I'm under Lake Padden. He mentions a lot of really weird Pacific Northwest random things that you would only know if you're from the area. And you can tell the author, but then once you're in the dungeons, it's the dungeons. Like, there's nothing anymore. But the beginning is kind of like, was a little, I didn't know the author was from Whidbey at first, and I'm like, wow, he knows a lot of obscure, not super popular areas of the Pacific Northwest, and that's bizarre. It's only been around 4 years. Oh, wow. He wrote all of those in 4 years. Why is it not a show? Dude, honestly, I had a thought this morning, which is, I know nothing about game design, but I wish game designers would read this book. Because I feel like this book has taught me how to play the game of this book better than any game has taught me how to play a game. Or like, if you want to play D&D or you want to play tabletop, read this book. It's crazy how simply it breaks down the leveling process of playing a tabletop game. And it really, how do you say, it gets across the concept of you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. It's so hard to explain that to some people sometimes because they're like, well, what's the best thing to do? What's the best, like, what's the up? Just do whatever you want to do. For instance, Carl, if you can see from this picture, again, this is the beginning of the book. I'm not spoiling anything. If you can see from this picture, we've got Donut. This is Carl. He literally jumps out of his apartment to save his cat in his boxers, barefoot. So when the harvest of the minerals of planet goes down and he has to jump into a dungeon, he's basically naked. He's literally just wearing boxers. And the AI has a foot fetish. So the AI starts catering to Carl to keep him bare from the waist down. It's hilarious and fucking insane. But because of that, Carl becomes like a master with this skill called Smush. It happens early on, don't worry. He gets really good at this, literally a skill called Smush. And the AI describes it like, now you can smush, clobber, and take the life from anything with your beautiful little tootsies. It's fucking hilarious. It's so goddamn funny. But because the AI likes feet, now in any like reward box or anything like that, he's never going to get anything for his feet. Like, he gets this grand reward box at some point, you'll die. And he's so excited because he thinks it's going to be shoes. Spoiler alert, no shoes. It's so funny. It's funny, but it's serious at the same time. Like I said, there's heartbreaking things that you learn in the book really, really quickly. Like I said, like the dungeons become a television show or whatever, and aliens from all over the world, they can sponsor people that they find interesting as they're watching you just murder and whatever. And you start to learn about where the bosses come from. Like, there's boss dungeons, there's neighborhood bosses, there's city bosses, there's bigger bosses that are a lot harder, there's small bosses that are easier. And you, like, because Carl's a normal human, he's a normal person, I should say, he's like, where the fuck do the bosses come from? If everything in the dungeons comes from the crust of the earth, like, the safe rooms will be like an abandoned Taco Bell or a outhouse or something like that. Like, that's the safe rooms you find about. So you can tell that they're just taking things from what was on Earth and putting it around the dungeons for familiarity. So he starts questioning, like, if everything's from the crust, what are the bosses? And it's heartbreaking. Like, I'll just let you get there, but it's crazy. So there's parts that are funny, hilarious. Donut's a fucking crack up. She gets a voice, and it's hilarious. The cat. Princess Donut. She's so fucking funny, but also it will, I mean, there are parts that will tug at your strings. But it's so good. And that's, Rod has told me the audio is great. Like, the audiobook and the audio samples of the author reading are fucking phenomenal. I just haven't listened to them yet because I already have who they are in my head and I don't want to fuck it up. I remember when the Harry Potter books or movies started coming out, that happened to me. The books hadn't fully released all the way, and seeing the characters and hearing the voices in the movies and hearing how the names were pronounced in the movies versus in my head. Hermione, anybody? Hermione. It fucked me up. And it kind of ruined it, but I swear, I like the books so much, I'm definitely just going to go listen to all of them. Because if you get them on Kindle, you also get the audiobook attached. Just an FYI. Not pushing Kindle, not a sponsor. I use that a lot. I love Kindle Unlimited. But it's so good. I could literally talk about it forever. It's everything a gamer wants in a book. It's everything. It's fast-paced, it's action, it's, you know, it's show, don't tell. It's not just sitting there describing some piece of armor for 3 pages. It's instead him getting a piece of armor, not fully understanding how it works, getting immediately thrust into a mob fight and learning how it works. On accident and kind of horrifically sometimes, but that is the best. And I love that. This author does such a good job at that. It's hard for me to get through books where it's a lot of tell, not showing. And that's hard to say when it's writing. They're literally telling you everything. I don't know how to describe that, but if you like reading, you know what I mean. There's something about it. It's just really well done, and I enjoy it a lot. I feel like the guy who writes these would be a fucking kick. Just based on his personality. But I started number 2, and it's just as good, just as fast-paced. It immediately... Is it glurp? Glurp? Glorp. Glorp. Glorp, glorp! Glorp. Oh my god. The porn? What was that guy's name? I already forgot. Anyways, glorp, glorp. I think it was glorp. I just read it. I think it was glorp. Glorp! It's glorp. Is it glorp? It's, so one aspect is, so the whole dungeon crawling experience, everyone's on the same dungeon level at a time, and you get a certain amount of time to complete each level. So he gets X amount of days to complete level 1. That's everybody gets that. So if you don't make it to the stairwell to dungeon level 2, by the time dungeon level 1 is done, the level collapses, you die. You're just eviscerated in that level. So you have to make it down the levels. You have to continue down the levels, no matter what. And the timer, I don't know how to put it on that. The timer scares the shit out of me. But anyways, so you have to make it down levels, and it's video cast, right? Again, I'm not spoiling. This is really given in the first couple chapters, and it's crazy. I love it, because it gives you so much world, but it's not just sitting here describing a world to you. It's people, like Carl asking characters, like, what the fuck is going on, and getting descriptions for what's going on, which is great. From people in the world, people from different aspects of the world, etc. I won't spoil that part for you, because it's great. It's great. But part of it is people can watch, and if you are an entertaining crawler, that's what they call the humans, people who survive and make it into the dungeons, they survive the harvest, you're now called crawler, they can sponsor you, send loot boxes to you, basically offset the odds of you surviving. They can, for lots and lots of money, and that goes to this corporation that harvested your planet, etc., etc. And part of that is, if you are popular, i.e. people like watching you murder, dismember, and do all these horrible things, you get invited on these alien talk shows. And they're wild. The alien, I think I described one the other day where it was like a torso with a crab and a praying mantis and like giant titties that like mount on a desk and like all this shit. It was wild. But one of the talk shows is like just 15-year-old alpha males. I don't know how to put that. And the way that they like, yeah, to the show host is they slurp his bullshit, i.e. they glorp, glorp, glorp. So whenever he says anything funny, they all go and glorp, glorp, glorp at him. It's fucking just, I can't even. Like, it's a kick streamer. I would say he's like a kick streamer. Yes. The worst of the worst of the worst. Like, just a horrible human. So many spoilers. This is all in the first, I swear to God, Rod is here to, Rod, other people that have read it can absolutely attest to this. All of this is given it's so good how they give this to you, and then the book just starts to work with it to where these things are now a normal thing that when it's mentioned in the book, you just understand that's going to happen. Instead of them just outlining a new language or outlining, you know, like, on level 1, you're called a crawler, and on level 2, you're called a con, on level 3, you're called a... They don't do that, and I'm so happy for that. It's just action and conversation and constant, like, what's happening in the present. Sometimes there's very short, like, 2-sentence blurbs where Carl will think about his life on the Earth or regret something or miss his girlfriend or something. But other than that, it's just constant, like a real game where you're actually the fucking danger. Oh my god, Hello Devil, if you don't know, you don't need to know. It's terrible. No, I'm just giving you some fucking lore they dropped. No, I wouldn't spoil the story for you. The story, I couldn't. So much goes down. It's pretty involved. Like, different characters introduced a lot, like different things happen. It's very involved. I wouldn't spoil the story for you at all. There's reasons that Princess Donut is Princess Donut. There's a lot of shit in it. It's very involved. I don't know how else to put that other than involved. What would be a good word for it? There's so much. Kick is Twitch that allows anything. So people that like to go in public and film themselves bothering strangers, they're on Kick. Have you ever seen that shit where people like walk by a cafe and dig their hand in someone's food and they think it's cute and they get 1 million viewers and they own a Tesla truck? That's Kick. So people like to give Twitch shit, but man, at least we ain't Kick. All I have to say about that. Yeah, it's on Kindle Unlimited, so if you've got Prime, it's free to read. Yes, and all the books are on there. Like, I literally just rolled into the second book. Not a sponsor for Kindle. I know I talk about it a lot, but I do love Kindle Unlimited. I've found a lot of really good books on there. Thank you, Strahd. Really, it's just I really try not to spoil anything. I really, like, the only story I've given you is what's in the first chapter, and it's Carl making it into the dungeon. That's it. Just read it. Should we start a book club? Read it. I want to talk about it because there's so much shit in it that's just wild. That is so entertaining that I just want to vomit out. It's on Kindle. I love Kindle Unlimited. Kindle's infinitely practical while traveling, very much so. I use it a lot. The voices are really well done, though, so if you haven't already started them and got them in your head, I'd recommend the Audible version. Boom. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, you get the Audible, you get the audiobook. Just download the book onto Kindle, and the audiobook shows up in your Audible app. I found it just immediately goes over there. I'd be down. Dude, on this book series, it's so fucking related to everything we love. This book series. I would do a book club if you guys wanted to read this book or go listen to it or something. It's so good, and it's just, I don't know. I've never read anything like it. I'm so impressed by it. It's like I've been searching for a book written for gamers forever, and I have yet to find it, and I found it. And Carl's a pretty decent person, which helps. He's, like, not a dick. And I don't want to spoil anything, but Carl is not a character you despise with every ounce of your body, and I really enjoy that. I like that. He's flawed, don't get me wrong. He's kind of a shithead, but he's not a piece of shit. He's a nice person with morals. The first book is only 11 hours long to listen to. Because I read, like, I literally binge read at nighttime sometimes when I can, like before bed or something like that. But I finished, when did I start it? And this was just casually reading for joy. I think I read it in under a week. As far as I can tell, the first 2 books are only 400 pages. And like I said, it's written very, like, lots of small paragraphs and stuff. So it's broken up. It's really quick read. It's not a lot. There are some pages, but not a lot of huge, just bulky text where sometimes, if you're anything like me, you can end up reading the same sentence over and over because your eyes just aren't having that breakup to make it, like, when there's a break, I feel like my eyes are excited to jump to the next. And when it's just one huge, my eyes are, it's like I get exhausted before I read it. I'm like, God damn it, that's a long paragraph. It's broken up. I don't know how to put that. It's very fast read, but they're great. If you like this, I'd recommend Dev trying out He Who Fights the Monster Next, and the voices for that are so good. Is it the same author? One of the best main characters I've seen in a book too, personality. Who's the author? Because I want to write it down. I totally will. Book 7 is like 705 pages, so they get a little bit longer. So book 1 is about 400 pages, and then they get to 700. If we literally did like, a book club, I don't know what that would be, but if we all read the same book and just set a date where it's like, okay, by this day we're going to talk about it. I don't know what time I don't know how much time it takes. Like, Hold on, what was it called? He Who Fights with Monsters. You think it'd need to be based on chapters? Cause shit. Oh, you're probably. That's a tough one. I don't know how I would do that. I'll have to think about it. I took a note. Oh my God, Gassy and Beth do. Bless you. I'm gonna write that down. I'll ask her. I'll ask Beth. She'll have answers for me. She's smart. Cause like I'd want to give people like ample time. Because reading fast and on a time schedule is everyone's hell, including my own, and I refuse to put that on anybody ever. So I would probably like whatever time it takes me, I'd quad it or something because I read super fast and I realize I probably have more free time than most people. Maybe. I don't know. But I'd want to give like dumb amount of time. I don't know. But I'm gonna ask because that's good advice. Anyways, I have a funny video. That's it. It's completely fucking unrelated. Like 1000%. I could talk about this book forever. Read it. I'll look into making something. I know, Knives. I literally sent it to 2 different people. I think I sent it to 3 different people. And I watched it again this morning. It popped up on my feed and I laughed again. So I was like, fuck it. While we wait for Vissy, we can laugh. Was that not the most expressive, like, oh, it's life in 10 seconds? The buffet is about to open. I know. Pateri. Why does it do this? It always stops playing it the second time. I just wanted to hear her say Pateri again. Pateri? Hmm. Pateri. Why is that so funny to me? I don't know. That was it. Completely. It's the for some reason the quality of YouTube is tanking on me for some. It just got pixely for some reason. I have no idea. I'm really excited. I think they nailed it. I think they know they've got big shoes to fill with that series though. That series is quite beloved. And I'm a sucker for a good CGI dragon. Like give me that any fucking day. I'm here for that. That though they looked. I'm excited to see all the other dragons. I don't know if we really got a good look. They're probably gonna I kind of hope they don't put any other dragon in any trailer, and I have to go watch the movie to see them. Because if you've seen How to Train Your Dragon, there's specific dragon species that every kid is assigned for a specific reason, and they're all special and fun, and I love them. And this is what I'm saying. These are real big shoes, because you can't just, like, it can't just be Toothless. You absolutely have to have the other fucking 5 or whatever it is. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to. Those were just as equally important, and I'm an adult. I'll look it up. I'm less excited for this, and it's simply because I feel like they're really making Stitch look scary and not cute anymore for some reason, and they're making The Rock like a main character, and man, he's the most annoying part of that. I mean, wait, no, that's Moana. They're making a real-life Moana, too. I'm mistaken. Stitch is creepy. That's my problem with the Moana one. Sorry, I put 2 into 1. Different, but doesn't he kind of look scary? We love Stitch because he's cute. He's got to be cute and fluffy. And he doesn't look very cute or fluffy. Stop it. It's just auto-playing with no video. Sorry, I told you, YouTube is being weird. I'm just trying to get it to freak out. Or not freak out anymore. I just have to play it 2 seconds, reload it, and buffer it. Don't worry about it. I think it's YouTube. My internet's fine. Don't be... Okay, now we have video. Sorry. He's not very cute or fluffy. But I don't know how you do that with CGI. Maybe he'll get cuter. I love this movie. No shade. Why is he scary now? Is it just me? He's got to get cuter, right? It's something about the eyes. He's cute, but not as cute. I don't know. I'm just being picky. I'm very picky. I'm of the original era, and I'm allowed to be. There's no reason for any of these remakes. None of them need to exist whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. You best impress me or get the fuck out. That's just me, though, allegedly, in my opinion. I was seeing if there was a Moana one yet. There is not. That's him. Oh my god, you're welcome. I fucking hate that song so much. I mean... And just to be fair, it's just not a good song. It's not him. It's just not a good song. They really, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's supposed to be fairly obnoxious. Like, that's kind of his role, right? Maui. The obnoxious cunt. And, like, in the first one, he looks feral when he's angry and shit and when he's stomping and stuff. And then, like, as he becomes more of a family member, his eyes get bigger and he looks more cute. So I'm hoping for more cute. Because that's literally his tagline. I like cute and fluffy. And if he ain't cute and fluffy, it don't fucking work. You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited. You like You're Welcome? I think he's... He's kind of saying you're welcome for all the things he gave people that kind of caused catastrophes. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. He's kind of like, obnoxious on purpose, I think, but he drives me crazy. I fast forward that. I like the crab. He's my favorite. Is it Jermaine? Jermaine? I always try to say his name like he does. Jermaine something. I can't. Shiny? Is that the name of the song? I really like that one, and he's a bad guy. So none of it makes sense. Yeah, he's like a douche, and he grows and realizes by the end of the movie, like, that's the point. He grows and realizes, like, oh, hey, self-sacrifice. No spoilers. You should watch Moana. It's a beautiful movie. There's a line at the edge of the sea that calls me. It's basically him bragging as he's slowly stealing Moana's boat. It's obnoxious and self-aggrandizing. That's what it is. But he's that way on purpose, and that's what I'm saying. It's not The Rock. I actually really like The Rock. Even though he just is himself. I know people love to go after him like The Rock only acts like The Rock. The Rock is funny. He was hilarious in the new Jumanji movies. Jumanji. Those are some of the few like remakes they've made in current years that I'm on board for. The Jumanji movies are fucking hilarious. They're great. It's like he's Gaston. Yep, it's Gaston's Song and Beauty and the Beast, but better. It's way better. I was gonna say he's also not like he's better. Yeah. Yes. Which is also kind of what, like, I think You're Welcome became like Bruno. No, we don't talk about Bruno. I swear to God, it was constant. Just everywhere you went, people would be like, "What can I say except you're welcome?" As a way of just like, you'd be like, "Hey, could you put your dishes in the dishwasher?" "What can I say except you're welcome?" Okay, it's cute once, and now there's mice. So put your fucking dishes in the dishwasher. It just became that a little bit. It's fine. It was a while ago. Was it amazing? Is it food coma worthy? I hear Shiny and it's stuck in my head for days. It's such a good song. I mean, Jermaine has a great voice. In my opinion, allegedly. He's got a great fucking voice. I admit to doing that to Cocky numerous times. Crispy, I'm here to let you know that you know how sometimes we talk about how we all have inside thoughts and we keep them on the inside? Hers may have involved knives in your throat. Put your dishes in the fucking dishwasher. But Shiny is a great song. I'm just kidding, of course. We don't think of those. What? Who? How? I liked the other one, Rab. I liked the song from the second movie better. I haven't seen it in a bit. Her song. You know the one. It's definitely the look. There's a time and a place for You're Welcome. Josh's grad suggestion about LeFou's comment at the end about literacy made the new version funnier. I don't think I made it that far in the new version. Hold on, I'm trying to deeply click it. Oh. Permission granted. Where it broke down how Gaston was actually like the good guy in the movie or something. I don't know how much I believe that, but it was something similar to that. More film stage shows, same. I'm all about that. Like, it just translates to stage so much better. I don't know why. Like, again, I do agree with why, with the How to Train Your Dragons. I'm stoked for it. I fucking love How to Train Your Dragons. That magical shit gets me. But also why? Because the movie's great. I don't think it was lacking. I mean, they're literally using some of the same actors that were voice acted in the movie as actors in the show. Why? I don't know. I'm excited. I hope they don't fuck me over, but who knows? Plenty of famous people can sing, pick any of them, right? I know. We've seen it. And it's just, I think it does a disservice because she's a good actress. I've seen her in a lot of things and she's very entertaining. What up, Staples? How are you, love? I hope you're doing well. The lyric about eating so many eggs is why the lyric from the opening song about the price of eggs makes more. I never put that together. What the fuck? Because money. I know, and it's like they get our money so we hate watch it. Like, you know what they should have done with the live action Beauty and the Beast is just make it make it exactly the same all the way through, but then Beast doesn't have to become a prince. She realizes she loves Beast just as he is. Yeah? Because I know I'm not the only one that disappointed when that pale white boy came out with the long, flowy blonde hair and the big lips. We were all just like, what the fuck? What's that? Go back. Can he go back? Where's that witch? Can we find her? Because this isn't it. Too woke, never sell. You gotta be the prince. Pandering to the furry audience, huh? Sarcasm. Man, dude, really, like, it. yes, but also, I don't know. I don't consider myself a furry, and I still, when he became a prince, I was like, icky. Why is he so hairless? What happened? Like, even as a kid, I remember that feeling of like, ew, I don't like him anymore. That, like, scene where he's, like, floating in the air with sheets, you know? And he's like, I'm your prince now. And he gives her that fucking, like, and then a sheet goes past his face, and then he's just, like, limp. It's fucking ingrained. I haven't seen it in years. It's so weird. Kid me thought Beast is better as Beast, not human. Same. Was not into that human version. They did that already. It's called Shrek. Well, they can't. I mean, you're right. But, like, what is... I feel like Shrek is more if you can't beat him, join him. What was that? Because she was the human who was a orc, right? Or whatever. Was a Shrek. I haven't seen Shrek in a long time. I need to rewatch Shrek. Is Shrek on the wheel? Are we likers of Shrek? I think I need to watch... Ogre! Thank you. He's an ogre with layers! Thank you. It's been a bit. I quote that... I mean, who doesn't want... In the morning, I'm making waffles. Oh my god, he kind of did look like... I just remembered this. Oh. That's your prince now, motherfuckers. I also rage at anyone being like, Beauty and the Beast is problematic because Stockholm Syndrome, which isn't actually a real thing, and Beast actually grows as a character. People... You know what? I don't even know what to do with people watching a Disney movie and trying to figure out psychological studies in there. What? I guess maybe there were, what's the word? Some, it's like if I lie all the time and I call everyone liars. What is that? Like, if all I do is lie, but everyone around me, I'm like, they're a fucking liar. That's a what is that? Projecting. Jesus Christ. Fuck. My brain was stuck on an R word. I got stuck. That sounds like projecting. Like maybe someone's looking a little deep in there, maybe. Project. Trump? Hypocrite. Projecting. Yes. Thank you. Wow. I hate when my brain does that. I get stuck on a word and I know the word's wrong, but my brain's like, say it out loud. I wanted to say reflecting, like seeing, you know, but that's not it. It was just dumb brain being a dumb. Thank you. I appreciate you guys knowing what all of this meant. Whatever I just got, I appreciate you. I mean, when's the last time anyone has read the word Muffin Man and not... Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! Who lives on Drury Lane? Yes. I know the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man! You can't, it's, I think it got burned into us. I quote gumdrop buttons, not my gumdrop buttons, all the time. Yes. Every time, is it hair on my nose? Is it the Immigrant Song? Every time I hear the Immigrant Song, I see Snow White going, and all these fucking forest creatures flying past her with evil maniacal faces on them, going like, ah! And she's like, wow! Shrek is existential, man. That shit's just stuck. It vexes me that I can't do a good Gingy voice. Doesn't Gingy kind of sound like Mickey? Isn't it kind of like this? I can't do it either. I can't do a Mickey like the, ha. I'm broken. I've got broken vocal cords, I think. I don't know. I can't, without squeaking. I don't remember. No, yeah, it was only, like, it wasn't, in Beauty and the Beast, the furniture didn't turn into people. It was all the staff of the castle turned into furniture that for some reason had to do with their job. So, like, Lumiere was a candlestick light thing, candelabra, and the French maid was a duster, and et cetera, you know. Mrs. Potts! Rest in peace, Angela Lansbury. I know, my squeak is terrible, and I swear to God, I drink water all the time. I think I screamed my vocal cords out at a certain point and might have busted one. I don't know, but I can't. I just... Now, that's it. We got fucking Pavlov like a motherfucker with some of those movies, 100%. I mean, I'm sure I quote those movies and don't even realize I'm quoting a movie or where the fuck it comes from anymore. 100%. That shit's done. I mean, it's like commercials implanting shit in your head. This movie was supposed to be a dead-end train wreck. Was it really? Really? With that casting, they thought that was going to be a dead-end train wreck. I would have never... Shrek? Dude, the last time I went to Universal Studios, I mean, Grant, in California, this was like 20 years ago when Shrek was a big deal. Almost half the park was Shrek-themed. I don't know how to put that. It was Shrek-themed. What would WD-40? I don't want to know. The Duloc information box song. Oh my God, the Duloc information song. See, I forget that shit. I found out today I can sing Defy Gravity, so there's that. Is that the song from Wicked? I've never heard it. But god damn it, the internet really wants me to know about it. It's so hard. Like, I was literally just having this conversation with Zach last night. He was like, do you have any interest in seeing the movie Wicked? And I was like, meh, I've never seen the stage play. I've only read the book. And he was like, what do you mean, The Wizard of Oz? And I was like, no, the book Wicked. There's a series. Well, the movie is based on a play which came from The Wizard of Oz, right? I'm like, well, Wicked is based on The Wizard of Oz, and that's where the play came from, but the movie apparently is very different from both. It's so hard to communicate that I've literally only read the book. And when they came out. I don't know anything about it further than that, unfortunately. But I've heard good things. A punishment movie, that's what I would think. Is that most of the extra characters for Shrek were members of the crew? That's beautiful. Good for them. I don't know. Shrek, it just like it was Myers and Cameron Diaz and Eddie Murphy. What were other big names in it? There were big comedy names in it that just stood out a lot. Oh no shit, Shrek was almost complete with Chris Farley when he died. That's heartbreaking. What? DreamWorks used to punish their animators who failed at their work on Prince of Egypt by sending them to work on Shrek?
Joke's on them? What?
That's fucking funny. And weird. That's weird. That movie isn't really that different. It's basically just depends. It just expands on a little on the musical with some things from the book. And that's, I know nothing from the musical at all. I know the book, and so, like, when people say Alphaba, or whatever, and they say Glinda and shit, I still have all these images from the book and, like, their storylines, and in my brain, I just don't know where the fuck singing fits in, but I'm here for it. It's just been a bit. Best thing based on The Wizard of Oz, the 1990 movie, Wild at Heart, directed by David Lynch. I don't think I've ever heard of that. And now a whole new generation is horny for Shrek. I mean... Shrek is great. It's because the CGI software used for Shrek was new and hard to work with. Oh, they did a great job. I don't remember thinking it was weird. No, Chronicle, no, I completely understand what you're meaning. It's just jokes on them, right? Because Shrek wasn't. I mean, I could probably sing a couple songs from The Prince of Egypt. Simply because I loved that movie because it was a musical, and some of the songs in that movie are some of the best songs that have ever come out of animation. They're beautiful. It was stunning. Really unfortunate that it's religious. The music in that movie. Oh my fucking God. I could go on. That's one of my favorites for the songs, but like, we quote Shrek daily. I couldn't quote Prince of Egypt. Playing with the Big Boys was great. That's such a good one. I was trying to think of the one, hold on, I have to turn the... Deliver Us. Deliver Us. Shut up. Is it Deliver Us? Sorry, I had to mute my music in my own ears. Is it quotable? I haven't seen it in years. So I really don't remember. But there's a live version of Deliver Us from London's West End. You think it's worth a click? I'm a theater nerd as bad as the next one from therapy, and then we're gonna try to finish up Borderlands. I've never, I mean, this is terrible. I've never made it through Les Mis without falling asleep. I have no familiarity with it, but I appreciate people's love of it. Yes, all of it. I've tried. I just get really bored really fast and just fall asleep. It's really bad. I've tried so bad. It's like Hamilton. I fall asleep for Hamilton. I've never made it through Hamilton. I don't know why. There's something about it. It just lulls me into a state of. But I've tried. I appreciate that it's like world renowned. People love it, etc., etc. I've never. I don't. Never got into it. Hamilton has some winning chunks in it. It's just overall a little bland. In my opinion, personally, please don't hate me. The King was phenomenal. King was fucking phenomenal. Did Disney include the 10th plague in the Moses movie? Yes. That's what I was saying. Like, apparently it was made by... It's not Disney, is it? What did we decide this one was? I already forgot. It's like... Disney got Pixar and Universal Studios got the other one, right? Something like that. One of them owns one owns another. But yes, they did the baby deaths, the firstborn deaths. Absolutely. That's the final plague that gets Ramses to be like, all right, I let up because his kid dies. And once the plagues affect him, he's like, okay, I guess. He's a douche. I'm not big on musicals. That's why I always preface watching these things with I'm an annoying musical theater kid as much as the next person. There's something I've come to realize as an adult is that theater kids are a certain personality type and we are obnoxious. And I get it. I respect that. I'm a junkie for a musical, a play, anything on the stage. I watch ballet. I love dance. Like any human expression just fucking gets me. But I understand that that's like an illness and is very obnoxious to most people. So I respect that, and I try not to annoy people too much with musicals. That being said, if you've never seen Chicago, I don't know what to do with you. Because it's perfect. Hi, Zentech. I hope you're doing well, Honeybean. Which movie? Gods and Kings Exodus is good. Is pretty good. I don't think I've seen that one. I don't even think I've heard of that one. Repo the Genetic Opera is amazing. I don't think of that as a musical, though. Even though there's a lot of music in it, I don't know. It hits different. It doesn't feel like theater singing. It feels like rock music put into a musical, I guess. Little Glass Vial. I'm a proudly obnoxious theater kid. Same. It's just, it's a type, I guess, of, like, I've met others and I'm like, oh, you too? Yeah, I get it. It's a Scott Ridley telling of the Moses story with Christian Bale. Oh my god, maybe I have seen that. Moses was a dick. Like, reading the Bible, man, he was just a douche. He was so not special. He was just a douchebag. Just a fucking douchebag. That's all he was. It's crazy. Crazy. He'd just go on mountains and be like, if you touch my mountain, I'll kill you. And if you touched his mountain, he'd kill you. And then he'd be like, God did it. Try to touch my mountain. Stab, stab. God did it with lightning. Try to touch my mountain. Stabs. I mean, just a fucking dickbag. According to the Bible, anyways. I love Rocky Horror Picture Show. However, it had to grow on me first. I saw that movie way too young. I can confidently say I saw Rocky Horror Picture when I was in 3rd grade. And I probably shouldn't have. Chicago, right, Slurm? Yeah. If anything, Chicago for the fucking costumes alone. And it's one of the few musicals that translated really well to film, and, like, there are a few songs in the film that they did better in film. I think just because the casting, the people that did the performance are astronomically well cast. I don't know. I'll stand on a hill of, I'll stand on that hill forever. Yeah. Rocky, right? I don't think of Rocky Horror as a musical either, because it's not that It's just different. I don't know, but it's definitely, to someone who hates musicals and hates theater, that's musical theater, and they're gonna fucking hate it. I appreciate it. I get it. It's fine. He absolutely was, right? What up, Moses? How are you? Honestly, he was. It's fine. I have a couple friends actually that are actually named Moses. It's fine. I'm a big fan of Come From Away, and who would have thought in a Newfoundland town during 9/11 would make for compelling theater? Compelling theater is about the writer, man. It's all about the writing, in my opinion. In my opinion, theoretically. Third grade, yes. Like, I specifically remember most of it I didn't understand. No shit. I remember watching, like, the scenes when Frankfurter, like, sneaks into their rooms, each their specific rooms, you know, and is, like, deflowering them or whatever. I thought it was tickle fight. I seriously was so young, didn't really even know about sex. I was like, to make sense of this, it's tickle fighting. Because that was as far, I just didn't, what else did you do like that? I swear to fuck. I remember thinking this. And then at the end, the corsets, and you could see their nipples. And I was like, oh, this is the moment where I realized I probably shouldn't be watching this. But no one said stop, so here we are. According to the Bible, God's voice is a bush. Organized religion is us. Sometimes it makes less sense than no sense. It's true. I took him 40 years to get the Jews to the promised land. Even being guided by God, it's 400-something miles, 10 miles a year. That is kind of wild. We both reached for the... Oh, my God. One of my favorites, honestly, from Chicago, and I've talked about it too much, is Cellophane. But it's because I saw the movie before I saw the play, and I've only seen the play once. But you see it in the movie, and John C. Reilly, that's the reason I remember his name, is Cellophane. He's been in a million things I've seen. He's a great actor, but Cellophane sliced my heart out. And then I saw it on stage, and I was like, what happened to Cellophane? Like, they almost glance over it a little bit. But man, it's all about that whoever is performing it specifically. Hi. Can I help you? Oh, really? Can you not cuss? This is a Christian Minecraft server. We like to keep it clean. Are you the most perfect boy, though? You are. Thank you for your most precious of yawns. Would you like to have a snuggle? Okay. That's fine. Bob, I gotta chase a squirrel and kill it in the face, probably. This is my slutty poodle trick. Welcome. Does he not kind of look like Toothless a little bit? Just a little bit. You have teeth. Big, beautiful teeth. Look at those. They're so pretty. You really do have good teeth, Bubba. You got the most pretty teeths. The vet even said so. Dude, the squirrels, they taunt my dogs. I swear the squirrels must have a nest nearby that they're trying to get my dogs to get away from. Because they run up and down one telephone pole over and over, just doing that chittering shit at the dogs, and it drives him fucking nuts. I don't know what he would do if he got one. He's got no instinct that far, but he will bark and jump and try to murder or something. I don't think you're trying to murder. I think you want to play with it and you just don't realize that your level of play will murder it. That's okay. You've got a good heart, bud. We appreciate you. He's just the most precious boy. I don't just say that. I mean, obviously, you can't... I couldn't get him to act. I got lucky. I got lucky with the sweet boy who wants to murder squirrels. Could you murder mice outside? That'd be cool. The squirrels aren't that bad. Like, we don't mind those. Until you get involved. Your breath is hot. Kind of smells like stale bread a little. What you thinking? What's going through your noodle? Ugh. Nothing. No idea. Katie's biased, right? Like, I know everyone's gonna be biased. Their dog is the most perfect dog in the world, but Trick is really just the most sweet boy. Got real lucky with this one. He's awful. You're a looker. You're a looker, bud. And you're just simple and sweet, and we love you. Is it time for a break already? It's probably almost time for Viz to come back, and then we'll play games. Want to take a break first? I don't know. He heard you, VR. He was like, don't worry, I got this. This how we get squeezes. Oh, Rab, your therapist has a poodle? Fuck yes. I've never met a poodle owner that wasn't a pretty chill human, to be honest. Not yet. I'm sure they're out there, but it hasn't happened yet. Bless you. That's adorable. Your breath is hot. Dog, remember when you had puppy breath for like a whole week? I remember. Your breath was undeniably intoxicating. I exaggerate. It was like 6 months, but it went by like that. And then you became a dog. And now you smell like hot dog. That's okay. Oh my god. Slurm. I want you to wear a cute sweater like that, bud. Would you do that for me? I'm not being dramatic, but I would jump in front of a helicopter for your puppo. Alfie's perfect. Literally, my cold, dead fucking heart. Holy shit. The fact that it's a little long, goes over Alfie's butt, is melted. This ever just. I love dogs for more than reason. Do you know how cool you are? Do you know how alleviating of anxiety and sadness you are? You have no idea. You have no clue. You'll never know. Maybe you do. Do you have any idea? You're like one of the most used emotes on Twitch. I'm sure of it. That's impressive. You have no idea. You're perfect and you're humble, and that's what we love about you. That's fucking perfection. I need a cute sweater for you, but I think you'd tear it off because you hate clothes. Maybe after you get groomed to stay warm. Yeah? Lick my hand instead? Okay. Okay. Remember when Zelda was chocolate, now she's carpet colored? When you shave her down, is she darker or is she lighter? Because when she was a puppy, she was definitely chocolate. And now she's like, she becomes more and more like Lilith, I swear to God, every day. Like, as she's 2 years behind them? 3 years behind them. They turned 5 this March. And I do believe she's 2 or 3 years younger than them. I can't remember exactly which one. But she, like, every year just gets more and more. Oh my fucking God. Are you kidding? Is that real? That's that you I hope you made Alfie into a Christmas card, cuz that is the most fucking. No one cannot smile at that. Are you Father? No, he looks like he loves him. He looks like he's really short-haired, so he probably gets chilly, right? These guys, right after we groom them, they're freezing. They ball up in little squirrel balls and they stay under me. Not squirrel nuts, but they look like little squirrels in like a little pasta swirl because they get so chilly. Father, help! My boy! There's something about my dogs have the same when they're shaved down. It's like these long angular faces with no skull. They just melt my face. Greyhounds have it, Whippets have it. These guys when they're shaved down have it. They just look hilarious to me and so fucking cute. Are you joking? Happy holidays. No one would be mad. No one could be mad. Why you do this to me? Not a lot of fluff. Yep, I've known a lot of dogs that don't have the hair and therefore Millie, my little pug baby, she needed jackets. It was so prissy of us, but she definitely had little jackets with hoodies, and she would nestle herself down so the hoodie covered her whole face. So it just looked like a doll face down on the ground in a hoodie, but it was Millie. She loved that shit, but it's because she had that short fur, so she was cold all the time. I'm easily broken when it comes to dogs, to animals in general. Cats tend to not tolerate clothes like dogs. Dogs put up with a lot. Like you guys have put up with your little bandana. They still have their Halloween bandanas on. Look at you, you handsome fuck. Aren't you just the most handsome? You know it. Muy guapo. Do you want to go outside? Do you... Oh. What was that? I don't know why, but my dogs hate... It's the worst! What is it? Is it a bee in my mouth? Okay. Okay. One moment. We have one more picture of this adorable little weasel worm over here. Don't you pull a tit out, you mother... I hope he knows. Like, his sister is beautiful in the way that a haunted Victorian child with TB is. Trick is... Oh, my God. Lilith lays like this. I swear to God, they have the same body type. These guys just have the curly hair. Look at this dog. Lilith, I wake up with Lilith like this, where her bottom feet are resting under her chin. It's the craziest full body stretch, but Lil wakes up like this all the time. I fucking love it. They're weasel worms. That's what I call mine. Because they got that long, skinny, and they just like... I know, it's the rod nose. Poodles in their fucking Muppet hands. And he's pulled my clothes off. You gotta keep me in. Gotta keep us in, bud. Like, losing our stream on our regular day off would be, like, insult to injury. Do you know what I'm saying? You have beautiful eyelashes. Beautiful. You're a very handsome boy. I know. You know I know. The Muppets. Yeah. They're just these, they have like, it reminds me of rabbits or something where their feet are just huge and they just kind of, right? Okay. Shall we, look at, that's what you look like. If I shaved you, do you see this? No. Can you see this? Where are you? Is it almost time for a haircut again? Holy crap, bud. Okay. Quick break. By the time we come back, Vis will probably be rolling in from Therapois, if she so feels. If not, who the fuck knows? But we're beating Borderlands today. Hopefully in the next 3 hours. We shall see. Great. He's so poised to pounce. Okay, BRB. Stretch your dicks, get a beverage, do what you need to do. I'll put on some music. I'm gonna jump in the game and sell my shit and stuff while we wait for Vis. So we're ready. Cause she'll be ready. Welcome, Green. Good, you slept in? Fuck yeah. The dream. I'm so excited to play Borderlands 2. And Borderlands, but like, Borderlands 2 is just so good. They're both great. Turn down, dear Chapel. Chapel? Thank you. I just turned it down and realized. Sometimes I get my order of operations out of whack. Alright, pause, bitch. You're beautiful. Your song's been out forever. Go listen to that. It's great. Not Borderlands 2 yet, Katie. Anyways, welcome to Borderlands 1. Finishing it, hopefully, today. I mean, we have tomorrow, too. I just want to finish it before I go out of town, because I hate leaving a game at the end like that. It sucks. Nope, I was in the menu. Go ahead. Go for it. I ruined it. I cosplayed Mad Moxie a long time ago. I did, like, a body painting. I shouldn't say cosplay. I body painted. You could probably Google it.
If you still have the
That sounds so arrogant to say,
bring
probably.
it to me. I will do my best to make it worth your while. It won't work again for hundreds of years, but I must ensure the key does not fall into the wrong hands.
Interesante. Mm-hmm. I just realized I'm on the wrong scene. We got the ending, right? Yeah, like a cutscene. She didn't even narrate the final, like, you know. Interesting. Anyways. Next. I gotta even out the sound really quick. And then I'll probably take a break, just take my dogs out. And run an ad to get the fuck out of the way. What up, 1 inch? I hope you're having a good week. I know it's just Monday. It seems weird. Mondays are weird. Game. Not today. What up, Safi? I hope you're doing well, love. They ran short on dev time with BL1 a lot at the end of the game, got cut out, which is why the end was kind of meh. Oh! That makes sense. I can't imagine rushing something like that. My game is... Oh, there we go. All right. Sound mixer options. Borderlands 2. It'll never pick the right thing the first time, I swear to God. Such a piece of shit. Change your quotiari. When are we watching it? I don't know. When we all feel like hate watching something. Precisely. Precise-wa. Because that... Maybe when we finish all of the games. How about that? That won't be too long. Honestly, we could push it theoretically as long as we want to, because we could push it every single round we want to do in Tiny Tina's Wonderland. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could really troll, like, yeah, we'll watch it when we're done. Settings, full screen windowed, VSync on. Stop it. Sure. Oh my God, such a good game though. Which one is Tales? Is Tales from the Borderland like the point click one? Or not? It's like, what? Yeah, kind of like, what was it? Wolf Among Us, I think was a similar concept, right? I didn't play the Borderlands one, but I heard it's great. I think I might own it. Oh, my heart. I love that we're all nerds. I have snakes named after Dark Crystal. It's the best. It's like, I didn't play the Walking Dead one. I don't care about the Walking Dead. I'm not going to play that one. But I heard there's like a Game of Thrones one, and then there's the Wolf Among Us that's based on Fable, if you've read the Fable comics that are really good. And if you haven't read it, I really like that style. Telltale. Telltale? I think you're... Is it Telltale or Telltale? Now I can't remember. I thought you were saying it right, now I'm like, wait. Telltale? Telltale. Okay, Telltale. Telltale. As maybe in movie night. For those that don't know, in my Discord, each night we have movie night, where we sit and we watch movies. Glut is literally already in there. I'm sure people will just start to populate. There's a channel called Shh, and that's where we just sit and watch movies each night. We have multiple wheels, literally. Glut has customly, like, literally put his own sweat, blood, and tears into creating a wheel for us of happy, quote-unquote, movies, doing his best. He's not single-handedly going through and watching each and every one of these movies. So all y'all that bitch, shut the fuck up. Literally does his best, but every once in a while we catch one on there and we're like, who said? And we all agree like that shouldn't, but you never know. But we try. But we have like a Christmas wheel and a happy wheel and a just anything wheel. We have all these different movie wheels and we roll it every night. We watch at least 2 movies and you're very welcome to join. Everybody's welcome. It's not a sub-only thing or anything like that. And there's a voice or a text channel right above it called Text for Shh. And that's where we meme or talk about the movie, or every night we pin what movie we're watching. So if you're curious what movie we're watching, as soon as you get in, you just don't recognize it, you can check the most recent pins in the channel and it'll say what movie we're watching usually if we don't forget, which 9 times out of 10 we don't. I think we're pretty good at it. Yeah, Glut does a lot of shit, literally, just so it pisses me off when people bitch, because, like, my God. Anyways, get a snack. I'm going to lower out your blood sugar, take a hit, and I'll see you guys either in movie night or tomorrow. And then, just as a reminder, I will probably be gone Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the Thanksgiving holiday, and then coming home on Saturday. I don't know about a Saturday stream or whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll make up for Faded Friday. We'll do, like, Faded Week or something. I don't know. We'll figure something cool out. It's a lot of work. I mean, I put together the original wheel, and it took me over a day. And, like, Knives and Glut combined have made over 5 different movie wheels. And some of those wheels, and I'm not exaggerating, have over 400 movies on them. It's crazy just going through and saturating your brain with all that information and then going through and typing those movie titles into IMDb, seeing what they're described as, and then putting them on specific wheels. I'm excessively thankful for that. Excessively, because I am in no way, shape, or form that organized, and I would never do it. I just don't have that. So, yeah, just super thankful. It makes it so nice. And seriously, just having I think we've done a really good job thus far of rolling, like, in general, like, maybe, we came up with a good word for it the other day, Glut did. It wasn't happy, because happy is too generic. It was another word, but basically a game that's not going to leave you in, what was it? Aftercare. Movies that practice fucking aftercare. So important. Vital. Very much into that shit. And that's what's important is, like, movies can have feelings and stuff, but they have to take care of me. You can't leave me sad. Don't leave me with a broken heart. I'm not in the mood. None of that. But on that note, I'm going to raid my friend Cleve. Be good to yourself. Drink water. Eat a snack. Come to movie night if you want with some popcorn. I don't fucking know. It's going to be fun. We watch movies. Tomorrow, more of this game. That's it. If I don't see you, happy fucking holidays. Be safe. Stay off the road if you can. Bye.